powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times.
Fort Randall Federal Credit Union is here for you across Southeast and Central South Dakota. As a member of your credit union, you can take advantage of many ways to manage your money. They offer many different accounts to help suit your needs with your savings. Nobody likes wasting money on high interest rates, and neither do they. At Fort Randall FCU, they have all types of loans available to help you manage your finances. With locations in Wagner and Platte, Fort Randall FCU is ready for any needs you may have.
At Dakota Behavioral Health, we offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step toward better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Honesty. We try to be honest about everything, and if there's a problem, we try to fix it. We've kept the family name going for 75 years. I think that's something to be very proud of. I'm Mike Weeman from Weeman Land and Auction out of Marion, South Dakota. And my middle name is Earl. I'm named after my grandfather. And being an auctioneer isn't all about how fast you are or how good your chant is. It's how the people appreciate your name and accept your name. He told me that once. So that's a one that I hold pretty close. He'd be proud, I think.
Check out Iverson Auto in Mitchell or Huron for great deals and top-notch service. Iverson Auto has it all, from the knowledgeable sales and finance teams to the experienced parts and service teams, plus the best detail shop in the region. Iverson Auto, 77 plus years in our community, locally owned and operated. We have always been here and always will be. Stop in for your next new or used ride or use one of our professional services at Iverson Auto in Mitchell and Huron, or browse our inventory online anytime at iversonauto.com.
Explore the 2023 Lincoln Navigator at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Every time you approach your Lincoln, you'll receive a re-carpet welcome. Twin turbocharged 3.5 V6 engine with auto start-stop technology, you'll travel confidently with technology that meets all your needs. Now you can get the 2023 Navigator for 5.9% at 72 months. Stop in to see the full vehicle lineup at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Capital City Ford in Pierce, South Dakota.
Welcome to Buoie Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Buoie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Buoie, the president of Buoie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota-owned, family-owned, Buoie Foods.
Futures aren't made by accident. They're dreamt, they're planned, they're discovered. At Northern State University, futures are the result of hard work and grit. NSU is an academic powerhouse with a spirit of exploration and genuine support, where professors know your name and push you to discover what you're truly capable of. But don't take our word for it. When you experience Northern, you'll see the difference here.
Winter Dental, located at 911 Golden Prairie Drive, is proud to provide Winter and the surrounding area with high-quality, high-tech, patient-centered dentistry. Dr. Brad and the entire staff, including hygienists Michaela Smith and Sierra Hansen, are honored to have the opportunity to serve the good people of Winter and the surrounding area with gentle, compassionate, and high-quality dental services. For information on all the services they can provide you or to make an appointment, please call 605-842-1793. or go to winterdentalclinic.com.
Rob Curtis Landscaping and Design has been a family-owned business since 1988. Rob and his family specialize in every aspect of your outdoor landscaping for home and business. With service in over 20 South Central South Dakota towns, Rob Curtis can help you make one of the best investments of your life. Talk to the pros about a new landscape for your home or business today. Rob Curtis Landscaping, where quality is predictable. That's Rob Curtis Landscaping and Design.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, Our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Mead Lumber is 100% employee-owned. Mead Lumber is your source for building materials. Whether your plans are for new construction or updating your existing home or barn, Mead Lumber provides the know-how and the materials you need. Lumber, steel, roofing, siding, drywall, windows, doors, and so much more. Start to finish, Mead Lumber has what you need and want for your project. Mead Lumber is your hometown lumber yard. Stop in and see what Mead can do for you. 102 North Main Street in Winter.
The Insurance Center in Winter is an independent insurance agency affiliated with many fine companies representing all types of insurance. They're able to provide you with a no-obligation comparison of your auto, home, business, crop, farm, life, and health insurance needs. Since they have access to so many companies, they have the ability to offer you the best possible coverages at the most competitive rates. For all of your insurance needs, it's the Insurance Center in Winter, White River, Platte, Burke, and Valentine.
Stop by your hometown grocer, County Fair, now in Winter and Platte. Same friendly faces with a brand new name. County Fair is a fourth-generation family-owned business based in South Dakota. They offer friendly service and the freshest food at great prices. County Fair carries premium certified Angus beef, locally grown produce, and much more. Shop County Fair in Winter and Platte, the friendliest store in town.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olsson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olsson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
The Rosebud Exchange in Mission, South Dakota is your one-stop shop for all your household needs, kids' toys, clothing, native print items, star quilts, and a whole lot more. They accept cash, credit cards, tribal checks, payroll deductions, and purchase orders with 0% interest on payroll deduction and layaway orders. Watch Facebook or come in and visit their friendly staff for all their great deals 10 to 6 Monday through Friday. The Rosebud Exchange, proud to support all the student athletes and activities on the Live Ticket TV network.
The right nutrition, animal health, and record management is key to having a profitable cattle program. That's why you want to work with the people at Farmco, who will take the time to learn your operation and help you grow your business. We are your full-service agriculture provider of feed, seed, animal health, farm, and ranching equipment built on terrific service. Get to know Farmco locally owned and serving you in Chamberlain, Platte, Winter, and east of Kimball at the Paragon. Visit us online at farmcosd.com. Farmco, feeding your future.
Ecklund Tax Service, located at 323 Main Street in Gregory, South Dakota, is available for all your tax preparations. Mark Ecklund has been a staple in the Gregory community for many years and wants to help you and your business have success by specializing in all types of bookkeeping. Ecklund Tax can take care of any agricultural, retail, or personal bookkeeping or tax preparation. Call Mark at Ecklund Tax today at 605-835-9665.
This harvest season, make sure your John Deere Active Yield system is working for you. Active Yield measures and monitors your yield in real time, but accurate data starts with proper calibration. Save yourself the phone calls and downtime with these quick tips. Regularly check and clean sensors and components, and recalibrate when switching crops or after major maintenance. And if software issues pop up, Grosenberg Implement's Precision Ag Support Team is just a call away, 402-256-6303. They'll keep you running smoothly this harvest. From everyone at Grosenberg Implement, stay safe out there and have a great harvest.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
There's a lot of uncertainties in farming and ranching today, but one thing is certain. Statewide Ag Insurance in Chamberlain, Winter, and Mitchell are your crop and livestock insurance specialists. Statewide agents have a background in agriculture and work hard to provide growers and ranchers with risk management plans and insurance coverage that fits their business needs. From hail insurance, livestock revenue protection, to multi-peril crop and revenue insurance, Statewide will help you with the right decisions. Statewide Ag Insurance in Chamberlain, Winter, and Mitchell. Locally owned, your dependable partner in crop and livestock protection and equal opportunity provider.
Cenex Zip Trip is your local convenience store with 5 locations throughout South Dakota, offering top-tier gasoline and Cenex premium diesel fuels. Stop in for a great selection of your favorite snacks, beverages, pizza, and other hot foods. Become a Zip Trip Rewards member and save 5 cents per gallon of fuel every day. Plus, earn and redeem points for further discounts. Sign up at CenexZipTrip.com. Cenex Zip Trip is a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities. When it comes to game day, let Zip Trip fill your food and fuel needs.
Fall is here, and at Elevate Agronomics, we're ready to help you score on your operation. From winter wheat and cover crop seed to fall burn down herbicides and custom wheat seed treating, we've got your fields covered. And don't forget your cow herd. Our livestock product lineup includes products built for fall calving, weaning, and more to help keep your herd in winning shape. Stop in at our office in Winter or give us a call as you make your fall plans. We are looking forward to cheering on Winter this season. Go Warriors and Lady Warriors. Elevate Agronomics. Reach new heights.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Agramax and West River Ag have been in the Winter area for a combined total of 9 years. We offer top-of-the-line services and inputs such as chemical, seed, fertilizer application, spraying, and agronomy services with a certified crop advisor on staff. We are a full-service business that is locally owned and operated. We look forward to continuing service to the ag community and cannot wait to help you with all your agricultural needs. Agramax, shaping the future of ag.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Meyer Ag Press Box. Contact Trace for all your seed and agronomy needs.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Homecoming 2025 here in Winter, South Dakota. The Winter Warriors tonight going to host in the Friday night football game an SDSD conference foe. A great rivalry over the years. The MVP Titans. Tonight's game, the Warriors coming in at 3-3. The MVP Titans coming in at a very misleading 1-4 if you're just looking at records for quality of teams. Tonight's game is going to be played in 84-degree weather here on October 3rd. Who would have thought that we'd be in the 90s during the parade today? Winds are gusting. Right now it's estimated 17 miles an hour out of the south, but clear skies and 84 degrees. Jody Brozick here with Gerald Tibrick, bringing you tonight's homecoming call. Let's go ahead and take a look at this game really, really closely. Let's dive in, Gerald.
Yeah, like you said, Mount Vernon Plankinton with that 1-4 record, but very, very deceptive. Similar to Winter would like to think that their record, but when you're measuring yourself up against some of the best teams in the class, it is what it is. If you don't beat them, you get a loss. But at the same time, those are pretty. Losses that are a little bit easier to take, knowing that you're losing to that kind of a team, and knowing that you weren't playing your best football. You're still building throughout the year, hoping that if you meet them again for that second time in the postseason, it's going to be a whole different situation, hopefully.
Both of these teams have a common theme. In the PowerPoints, they've both faced the number 1, 2, and 3 seeds in the power points. MVP, maybe even with a little bit more of a difficult schedule, as they've also faced the second-ranked and 4th-seeded St. Thomas More Cavaliers. Both these teams have seen really, really good teams as we have been going through this early season, but it's like you said, I totally agree coming into tonight. My thoughts were this team, Winter, really has been a team that has developed. They're growing. They're starting to get their own identity. Different from other Warrior teams, they're starting to really embrace that they are different, but we can still win being different. We can throw the ball. We've seen Winter throw the ball 24 times in a game this year. We've seen them in the last game start mixing things up. People that were in one position and kind of locked in there earlier in the season now are playing different positions. Specifically, Seth Heath moving from fullback. You got to see him against Miller Highmore Herald, playing on the wing a couple times. You got to see defensively Michael Williams playing cornerback. You got to see new players. Hudson Peters, a kid that we haven't talked about a lot this year, but is really starting to get more and more playing time. Additionally, now you're starting to see, as people are coming off injury, the depth that wasn't there starting to develop, and that was always big for the Warriors in the past. It is happening right now for the Warriors.
And you mentioned Michael Williams. I see he's inactive tonight down there on the sideline, but number 25 down there in front of us.
I do see that now.
Notable also, Ash Kaiser definitely sees some time out there on the field for the Warriors as a junior. He's also banged up, injured, I think a leg injury. But, yeah, about 5 or 6 guys out tonight for the Warriors. But, yeah, you mentioned earlier the strength of the schedule or the record. Winter's opponents coming into tonight's game have the combined record of 20 wins and 13 losses. MVP has, and of course they're a game less than Winter has played so far with that 5-game. Their opponent's combined record, 21 wins, 7 losses. So, yeah, pretty healthy, pretty healthy.
That is a really, really good team. MVP going to be a different style team than we've seen in the past. Coach Olsson has moved on to the Mitchell Colonels. Coach Brent Olsson, now the defensive coordinator for the Colonels. That's a team that's really up and coming. Good move for him going from 11B to 11AA. With that comes a new personality. That new personality is A.J. Courtmeyer, a former Custer Wildcat who played for the Dakota Westland Tigers. He's got them playing a spread offense, Gerald. That's unusual because they emulated Winter Warriors double wing formation for the last however many years Coach Olsson was there. So you're going to see a new look out of the Titans tonight.
Yeah, you really felt like you were staring at yourself in the mirror every time they played each other. I mean, it was very similar, like eerily similar. And you saw a lot of good games throughout the years because of that. Both teams did not matter. It's kind of like a division game, in the NFL or something. It does not seem to matter the talent or the record. When certain teams match up, they're just going to have put on a good game. I know Winter has taken in the series dating back to 2004. Winter leads the series 7 wins and 1 loss. But
you know what that 1 loss was?
The last loss was back in 2018, 30-28.
That happened to be homecoming, a game that the Warriors led at the half.
Mr. Harder was up here in our press box enjoying that, and, yeah, we weren't. But
and they got a monster game, and I forget their great running back's name off the top of my head. Great young man, absolute bull, went down, played at North Dakota State, and then ended up at Morningside. Had a wonderful career down at the NAIA level in Morningside for them. Jesse.
He was a big man.
I remember him and Preston Nord met in the hole, and we got a replay of it because it sounded like a bomb went off when those 2 helmets collided.
Yeah, I remember even when we were over in Mount Vernon, you talking to his mother. I mean, I just can't pull his name out, but everyone that knows. Well,
let's go ahead and let's take a look at the coaches' key to the game. First of all, visiting with the Mount Vernon staff, this is what they are looking at this particular night. It is a tough season. They're 1-4. They got to stay focused, stay dialed in. They've played the top 4 teams in 11B according to the PowerPoints. Winter is probably, and they still know Winter that intimately. That offense hasn't changed.
Yeah, they've changed. We haven't changed that much.
Correct.
A few wrinkles in there, like I said, a little more passing game and some different personnel, but haven't changed that much.
Big key for them tonight is to overcome the homecoming atmosphere here in Winter, South Dakota, and that excitement from the players being out here in front of all the alumni in Winter, South Dakota, and overcoming that homecoming atmosphere. And then finally, they've been in every one of these games. It's just a matter of them coming out and executing and finishing in the close games. See if they can't flip the script in that fourth quarter that they've had so far this season. Now, let's go ahead and take a look, and Gerald will bring you the keys to the game for the Winter Warriors, brought to you by the coaching staff from Winter. Here's a look at Coach Trent Olsson. I'll let you go ahead and take these away, as these are pretty standard.
He's not straying out there too far, getting real creative with, but it's just down to business football. That's Winter brand football, and so right off the bat we have sustaining blocks. We've seen so many opportunities missed because those blocks are just not getting made, or if they are, they're not being sustained. They're not being carried out long enough for that back to be able to have that vision, to be able to make that choice, that better choice on where he's going. Finishing drives next up. Coach Olsson says finishing drives, absolutely. Winter is not used to being in the single digits in any of their games, regardless of the result, and we've seen that with the game against Woonsocket Weston Springs, Sanborn Central scoring 6. The week before that, Elk Point Jefferson scoring 8. Now, mind you, the opponent strength clearly, very, very good number 1, number 3 teams in the class. However, it's pretty tough to win games when you're not finishing drives, not sustaining drives, and not ending up with points afterwards. And finally, giving up the big plays. It cannot allow big plays. Again, doesn't matter the type of team you are, doesn't matter the kind of success you're having. When you give up big plays, it just absolutely, there's nothing good about that. It can just deflate a team in a hurry, and when there's no time that comes off the clock, and you might turn around and go a 3 and out, and they get the ball right back. But the big plays just cannot be given up, especially in games that you feel like you can win. Those are definitely difference makers.
Those are your keys to the game for the MVP Titans and the Winter Warriors tonight, as the starting lineups have been introduced, I believe already, for the MVP Titans, and we'll be taking a look here at the Winter Warriors as they get announced here in just a moment. It's always nice when you see your royalty full of football players. Coach Harvey Nas used to say that's the way it's supposed to be.
Old school mentality for sure.
It was.
But, yeah, homecoming is always centered around football.
Good representation, as you had Derek Faninga, you had Ash Kaiser.
You had some rodeo boys in there. You had some wrestlers in there.
Yep, Riken Oral. Yeah, it was a fun night seeing Coronation last night at the National Guard Armory.
And if you weren't there, you could have seen it on Winter Warriors Live.
Yep.
They're doing work, making it possible for everyone unable to make it back, or at least be here for last night's festivities. You saw it on Winter Warriors Live, hopefully. So on that note, I want to congratulate the Warrior and Princess, Roper Moore and Olivia Swedlin.
Yeah.
Congratulations to those people. And
two real well-liked kids in the high school, I do know that. And they deserving, any one of those kids deserving, but that was kind of fun to see those two come out in their robes after the final announcement.
Roper Moore into the fine arts. I've been to plays. I've been to school plays and seen Roper Moore. Yeah, photography. So great to see that vast representative of, not just a meathead football player.
Football players are not meatheads, Gerald.
I'm having fun with it, but no, just really, really, really great representation all the way around from all of the candidates.
Well, we'll be back. We're going to take a 3-minute break. Oh, we'll take a 2-minute break, 3 minutes if we need to, and we'll be back for the coin toss at midfield. Again, you're watching and listening to Homecoming 2025 here in Winter, South Dakota.
The Winter Advocate is the exclusive newspaper of Tripp County, serving Winter, Colomb, and surrounding communities. Each Wednesday, you will find the latest in state and local news, sports, job openings, classifieds, and all legal public notices. Call 605-842-1481 or stop down to their new location in the City Building at 325 South Monroe, Suite 119. Deadlines are Friday at 5 p.m. for the Advocate and noon on Fridays for the Rocket. The Winter Advocate is a proud supporter of all winter and Cologne school activities on the Live Ticket Network.
Being a part of a community means sharing the history and future of the people all around you. For 115 years, First Fidelity Bank has been doing just that, helping you get the most out of life by providing the services and tools you need, the conveniences and technology you want, and the friendly faces you expect. So you get everything you need right here in the place you call home, now and for many years to come. First Fidelity Bank.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Welcome back to the Meyer Ag Press Box. Contact Trace for all your seed and agronomy needs.
Welcome back to Winter Warriors Live coverage of Homecoming 2025 coin toss. You have the starters coming out to do the coin toss.
Zach Olsson, Quincy Phillips, Riken Oral, and Parker Mathis, 4 captains tonight out there for the Warriors. Yeah, like you mentioned, unseasonably warm, summer-like first game of the season type weather going on the last couple days. It'll continue tomorrow. So blessed with some great weather as that breeze will cool things down. You know, this time of year, the temps don't stay that high when the sun goes down, but it's still going to be a beautiful night for football for Homecoming 2025. Mount Vernon Plankinton down on numbers a little bit this year, Jody. They only list 25 on their roster. And that's, you know, between that and the coaching changes, I mean, just, you know, definitely have had their work cut out for them, I'm sure, compared to what they've been used to, that consistency, you know, from Coach Olsson being there for years. So Warriors get defense, just as they would want to script it out, especially in a home game here on Homecoming. And Jody, I'm curious to see how we're going to defend that, you know, that spread offense, because at times this year we've seen looks like that in the run pass option and spread them out, you know, and what are they going to do? And we've kind of struggled with that against a certain team. So we'll see how well they can execute. But of course, the offense has to execute, you know, for that to be successful. So hopefully, Winter has keyed on some things and are able to shut down whatever the Titans may offer tonight. We've got Paxton Nedved, number 4, is a junior, back deep to receive, and not sure who's standing over to his left. soon as we can get a glimpse at that, we'll let you know. Jackson Day, the Warrior with the leg here tonight, going to be kicking things off. And it kicks away, end over end. Going to be taken and actually muffed out of bounds up at the 19-yard line. So a little miscue on special teams. Titans fortunate that that ball headed out of bounds after the muff catch.
Yeah. Taking a look at that one on replay.
So Titans come out to the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 19-yard line. Again in that spread style offense. Senior quarterback led Tice Feisner. And on the first play from scrimmage, the Titans will gain about 4, 2nd and 6. Ball spotted on the 22-yard line. Titans huddled up, taking their time, getting the play called. This time a back on each side of Feisner. One split out wide to the left and 2 to the right. And it's a run. Sandlin on the carry for the Titans. And the Warriors all over that one as they actually going to get a tackle for a loss. They'll lose about half a yard on that one. Going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Good gang tackling by the interior. Those tackles have been playing great defense this year for the Warriors, specifically the starters right now out there on the field, Derek Faninga and Parker Mathis. Saw Parker last week in Miller Highmore Herald on a short yardage situation, absolutely dive in. He blew that play up on a quarterback sneak on 4th and inches for a loss, and I think a turnover on downs.
And the man in motion was Mayer. He'll receive the swing pass from Feisner, and it is complete to the 26-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and 4. And we'll see the first punt of the ball game as Zach Olsson, I believe, back to receive the punt, number 5 for the Warriors, a senior, royalty candidate. He'll stand at about his own 43-yard line. The punt is away, and it's angled out of bounds. We'll check and see the spot, and they're going to mark it at got to do the 5-yard step off or the 10-yard step off. I don't know what he's doing here. He retreated all the way back to walk forward to the 44-yard line. So the Warriors with great field position for their opening drive. They'll start from their own 44, sorry.
No, that's kind of why you do that. In addition to wanting the ball first in the second half, you want to get your defense out there and set the tone. They did that. They forced the punt deep in their opponent's territory, and the reward, good position.
And Olsson receives the toss for the Warriors on the first carry. A gain of 5 out to the the 49-yard line. And there is a Warrior down on the field. We're going to get an official timeout for an injury as we have a Warrior down around midfield. 2nd and 5 upcoming for the Warriors after the 5-yard carry from Olsson.
Speculation right now, that's that number 18 for the Warriors. That would be the right end, William Jorgensen.
He's a junior for the Warriors.
Athletic trainer, Kelly Hofer out there. That's who you want out there.
Yeah.
She's good.
Yeah, what a luxury to have, especially in small towns. How many years did you guys have? You were lucky to have, you had a local EMT or somebody that was going to run out, but you didn't have that same kind of connection with those. She knows these students, these athletes. She sees them,
daily.
Yeah, most every day of the week, and she's following them all over the place. So what a great luxury.
9:37 to go here in the first quarter. While they're taking care of Mr. Jorgensen out there, we are going to step away. We'll be back in 1 minute.
No job is too big or small for the gang at H&O Electric in winter. Whether it's a simple task around the house, remodel, new addition, or new construction, we provide residential, commercial, and industrial heating, cooling, or electrical work in winter and the surrounding area. We handle it all. Call 605-842-1117 for service or more information on your next project, big or small. H&O Electric is your authorized dealer for Trane heating systems, too. Good luck in today's event.
H&O Electric is a proud supporter of all area student athletes and activities on Live Ticket TV.
It's a particular kind of joy when people come together. There's really nothing like it. And isn't it amazing in that magic moment how all the distance between us, all the obstacles, just disappear? Wherever, whenever, however. Connecting you to what matters most.
Welcome back to the Meyer Ag Press Box. Contact Trace for all your seed and agronomy needs.
Welcome back to Warrior Field. It actually is going to be Joey Anderson, the starting right tackle, who's going to be brought off the field by the teammates and training staff as we get ready to go. We'll resume action. It is 2nd and 5 for the Warriors. Their first possession here on Homecoming 2025.
Only one play from scrimmage so far, second one upcoming. Heath goes in motion. They hit the fullback, Oral, and he's able to slip initial contact and get a couple out of it across midfield just into Titan territory at the 49 of Mount Vernon Plankinton. Yeah, we'll calm the fears of Williams' family and apologize for that.
Yeah.
for that. That was our best guess at the moment, but also we'll keep an eye out for Joey Anderson. That's going to be a big loss for the Warriors up front. And that's Heath with the toss. He gets the next level, first down and more, down to the 42-yard line of the Titans, and they'll move the chains, 1st and 10 from the 42.
Warriors record their first down of the night, and it's a player playing out of position. I'm saying that with air quotes up here.
Yep.
But when you have a horse like that, him and Oral, it's hard to split carries. You got to get him touches of the ball. The guy produces defensively, he produces offensively. I like the creativity of Coach Nas.
Yep. Olsson toss right side, cuts back and into a pile. He'll pick up 3 to the 39-yard line. 2nd and 7. Yeah, that's just it. I mean, it's hard to give them, like you said, split reps. Both young men doing an excellent job at that fullback position, oftentimes leading, in rushing yards from that position. But yeah, it's good to find new homes for players and give them better opportunities. Figure out what works. That's the coaches, doing their thing. 2nd and 7, flag early. And that's a tackle made by Riley Mayer. And the holding penalty is going to bring that otherwise nice run back from the Warriors. 10-yard penalty from the 39.
Was it a 10?
Oh, it's only 5. My apologies. So from the 39 to the 44. This time, Anderson goes in motion. He's fighting through traffic. Had to be patient with that one, trying to find a place to go, and he's able to grab a couple back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to set up 3rd and 10 for the Warriors, who looked like they were going to be able to get that 4 or 5 yard increments going and work into a nice drive. Now they've hit that penalty and a short yard gain after that, and we're sitting at 3rd and 10.
6:44 to go, almost that halfway point of the first quarter. One of the keys to this game.
Sustained drive.
Sustained drives and finish them.
And the quick hitter right up the middle. To pick up 3 back to the 39-yard line. And so we're at 4th and 7 now. We'll see Anderson come out, and McKenzie subs in for him at that wing-back position.
Boy, that quick hitter. I mean, it looked like if he'd have popped that outside, he might have had a lot more running room. Maybe even sometimes these kids don't look to the sideline. Man, when I was in high school, I was begging for the sideline. Get me there.
Oh, play action. Phillips throws back, hits McKenzie, and gets ankle tackled short of the first down, so they'll turn the ball over on downs. Needed to get to the 32, made it to the 34, a couple yards shy, and so 1st and 10, Titans hold.
Well, finished drives, great play call. You're trying to get the youngster out in space, and he did. And again, I just said it the play before. I'm going to say it here. If he gets to Derek and Derek allows Derek to seal, goes to the sideline with that speed, he might have had the first down and got it easily.
Tanner Baker on that stop defensively for the Titans.
5:48 to go here in the first quarter. We're going to step away. We'll be back in 30 seconds from Warrior Fields.
Hi, this is Logan from Littau Seed, and we're excited to announce that we'll be able to offer true 0% financing on a limited number of units of corn and beans. You can lock in your corn and beans now and pay the same at delivery as cash now. With that, we have aggressively priced corn numbers that have a great track record in our area for grain and silage. This offer is on a limited number of units, so act soon to lock in your 0%. We still have triticale on hand and can cover any NRCS grass project. Call Logan at 605-840-4591, 840-4591.
I want to invite you to the official release party of A Showgirl. See the exclusive world premiere of the Fate of Ophelia music video, along with behind-the-scenes footage from the music video shoot, brand new lyric videos, and stories about each song from my new album, The Life of a Showgirl. Only in theaters October 3rd through 5th.
Welcome back to the Meyer Ag Press Box. Contact Trace for all your seed and agronomy needs.
Jody Brozick and Gerald Tibrick on the call here for you on Homecoming 2025. Warriors going to go on defense for the second time tonight.
And quarterback Feisner keeps it himself on the quarterback draw. He had the option to pitch it, kept it himself, grabbed a couple yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 8 from the 37-yard line.
Pistol set, that's the new offense. You force one man to make a decision. In that particular case, several other Warriors got there too. It wasn't just the one man that he was playing off of.
Kind of like the old option out in space. You had to decide who, both had to be covered. And that time they'll fake the handoff and pitch it out to Mayer, who gets it out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. They're going to set up 3rd and short for the Titans.
For all the Titan fans out there, we figured it out. It was Jesse Hastings back in the day, the big bull. That was Mr. Tibrick that remembered Mr. Hastings, a stud wrestler for the Titans too.
Hard to forget. I just have a horrible memory, but yeah, I could picture that man well. And he played for, I think, 10 years in high school too, I'm pretty sure.
Certainly since he was an 8th grader.
Go
ahead. 3rd and 3
I was just going to say,
Titans.
not knocking him academically. I didn't mean that. Here's a first down carry and more as he cuts back. That's going to be Feisner again, the quarterback, senior quarterback for the Titans on the carry into Warrior territory down to the 46-yard line.
Nice little carry there, left side. Allowed the blocks to develop. Step through an arm tackle and pick up the first down. He did try getting to the sideline.
Titans come up to the ball, 1st and 10 from the Warrior 46. And they'll hand off to Mayer.
He's going to pick up 3, but man, the royalty candidate, Reichenor, will come up and popped him hard. That'll make it 2nd and 7 after that collision. Fitting after we mentioned Jesse Hastings to see that type of a carry out of a Titan running back, and equally as impressive, Reichenor with a Legatron-type tackle. Legatron.
Yep.
Haven't heard that one in a while. We got to bring that back.
Hudson Peters was right there, too. He was ready to make it as he was going down. And that was a yard in a cloud of dust for sure over there outside the hash. Grab a yard, we'll set up 3rd and 6.
They're going to give credit eventually to a Warrior tackler, but if you look, he's going to absolutely run. Go back and watch it, and he's going to run into his own lineman who has stood up in the hole. His lineman took the worst of that one, not him being tackled, not a Warrior
momentum
absorbing
stopper.
that hit. Yeah, it's just boom.
So from the 42-yard line, 3rd and 6 for the Titans. They'll motion a man out, and Feisner keeps it himself and will just get past the line of scrimmage. Gain of about half a yard is all. And now interesting decision time for Coach Kortmeyer.
Do you punt and play field position and anticipating a tight game, or do you go for it thinking that this thing could end up being a barn burner with a lot of points scored? We'll get an idea of how he is perceiving this game playing out based on what he does here.
4th and 5.
They are going to play field position.
Looks like punt formation. Punt is away. Fair catch called for and caught about the 13-yard line, it looks like. Maybe the 12. 12-yard line, we'll call it. So unlike the first drive, Warriors with much worse field position this time, but that's what happens when you're able to flip field position. That's what the Titans were able to do that time.
Zach Olsson keeping that one from bouncing and careening into that deep territory for the Warriors towards the goal line. He'll take that at the 12. Smart play.
And McKenzie coming across formation, makes one man miss, and a nice open field tackle made that time by, it's going to be Ethan Hoffman, the junior for the Titans, coming up and making that nice tackle, but not before a 7-yard gain. He'll set up the Warriors with 2nd and 3 after the run from McKenzie.
You're really going to see him. He knew he had the outside edge, makes one man miss, and got to use that quick burst to get upfield. Maybe not you're between the tackles runner, but give him a little space, and boy, he's tough.
Absolutely not his, that's his style of running for sure.
That's Zach Olsson. He is good between the tackles. Going to pick up that first down for the Warriors.
What do we like to say? He's slippery.
He's a little powerful guy there too, Zach.
Yeah, I'm just meaning
he's
like,
slippery.
he's capable of figuring out ways to get through places that some backs could not. But he definitely can show the power as well. There's Heath this time on the carry.
It's going to be a pickup of 3. That'll make it 2nd and 7. Looking to be the last play possibly of the half.
And this time McKenzie, ooh.
That almost looked like Camden Anderson there. A little bit more of a physical running style. He does like to turn it into the hole. He has been getting yards after contact.
McKenzie comes out after the run.
That was.
Warriors facing 3rd and 4, ball at the 30-yard line.
And that is the end of your first quarter.
Neither team hangs points on the scoreboard.
Low scoring. Surprise, surprise. Kind of these two teams' seasons so far. We're going to step away. We'll be back in 1 minute for the second quarter here at Warrior Field.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 1000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Back at Warrior Field, a little bit of a glitch right there. Hope everybody hit refresh as we go to the second quarter.
And that time you've seen Heath kind of jumping in front of the ball recipient to hit that kind of a wham block. And it's going to be 4th and 1 to go. Ball on the 33-yard line. Yeah, you mentioned low scoring outputs. MVP comes into tonight averaging 14.8 a game. Winner 20.7 a game. So you're used to at least having a quarter in there where you're not scoring anything. Oh, I gotta say, that's going to be depend on the spot. Forward progress, and then
I don't think it's going to be enough. I think it's going to be Titan ball as that one's going to, they're not even going to measure that with the far side spot.
They are going to want a measurement.
It's going to be all of a yard short.
Ball looks like it's spotted at about maybe just shy of the 34 on that far side hash. Pull the chains tight. Don't trip over the chain. Hold on. And it is short.
Let's see. It was closer than I thought.
Yeah, I don't know if it was even a ball's length, but
yeah.
Game of inches.
It really, really is.
Most of the time it does not seem that way, but times like that, that's where that expression was born. And so Warriors gamble. You felt pretty good about that one. 4th and 1. Credit the Titans defense that time, rising up, not giving up that first down. So for the second time, the Warriors will turn it over on downs, only this time in their own territory here, as Feisner play action. Now he's going to take off and run again, trying to get out of players trying to get out of their own way as he runs into the back of one of his linemen. He'll pick up 3 on that scramble.
That'll make it 3rd and 7 from the 31. Oh, that's 31, dude.
2nd and 7 coming
or
up.
2nd and 7. I was trying to figure. You're giving me hand signs, and I thought you said 32.
I didn't mind so much what you said. I just want to make sure you were right on the graphics. So design quarterback run, tackled by a couple Warriors that time. Oral, one of them for sure. Down to the 26-yard line. 3rd and 3 for the Titans.
Does it look like you're watching the Baltimore Ravens? You got Lamar Jackson back there, big physical quarterback. He dropped back, and what did he do? He took a couple looks, maybe one look, didn't look at the second, and then took off running. We've seen him use him in the pistol. They're getting their touches to one of their main people as we go under 10 minutes here in the half. Just reminds me a lot of that.
Oh, that time, nice job. I'm not sure. Somebody got in there around the ankles, and I thought it was going to be enough to basically hold him up to, get tackle made, but he's able to get at least a couple yards after that and just enough for a first down, so they'll move the chains from the 23-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Titans.
That was Mason Curtis, that left tackle that came through and had the shot at him behind the line of scrimmage. He's able to run through a pretty strong young man. Even though it was a little bit of an arm tackle, it's a strong arm.
Yeah.
Feisner impressive here so far in this game.
Feisner alone sends a man in motion. Oh, the option, that's going to be a fumble. Recovered by the Warriors.
That's Seth Heath. Great.
Heath on the recovery, good awareness.
Warriors going to take over on the 33-yard line, 1st and 10.
And when you give it up in your own territory, then you got to get it back, and credit Warrior defense that time on the miscue, capitalizing with the fumble recovery.
Seth having an incredible season. We got to start calling him Cash again.
First and 10 from the 31-yard line. Phillips rolls back. Tight coverage downfield, just overshoots him, but I don't mind that throw. Better long than short, as he was trying to hit Jorgensen. Pass incomplete. Defended by Sandlin that time.
Nice pattern. Really comfortable. It was good coverage out there. I don't mind the pass, but if you might have checked it to your second or third option, you might have seen somebody who was coming free across the middle or shallow in the flat. Give credit to the Titans with good coverage. Quincy put it where only William can get it. That was the key to that play. It was, what do they say? Feast or famine with it. No famine. It's just second down.
It'll be 1st and 20, actually, as we missed a penalty while we were not focused on the field.
Boy.
That pass complete. Zach Olsson across the 40, tackled at the 44-yard line, and a first down just like that. Phillips to Olsson, first down through the air.
In the touch that he showed with that one, getting it over the defender.
From the 43-yard line, they spot him a yard shy of that. Here's Orrell. He's in open space, off to the races. Got a couple men that are going to get him over to the sideline. Stays in, though, walking the tightrope. Finally goes out. Nope, they're going to spot him back about 10 yards before that, but still a huge chunk play for Orrell and the Warriors as they move deep into Titan territory.
Yeah, they're going to spot it at the 22 after that chunk play. It's a play that's over 20 yards in length. Warriors have flipped the field after that turnover.
First and 10 Warriors. You can hear the Titan coaching staff from over here not happy giving that one up. And whistle blows. Pile eventually quits moving. And on first down, Warriors pick up 3 inside the 15 to the 14.
Looking like a rugby scrum there at the end of the play. Warriors on the bottom. You got coming up Jackson Day off the bottom. Jordan Drummond. You like it when those linemen are on the bottom of the pile and have kept their feet moving and are driving people backwards.
2nd and 7 from the Titan 14-yard line. And that's Anderson doing some dancing all the way into the end zone. Touchdown.
Inside reverse, pops it off a couple would-be tacklers, fakes outside, plants the foot.
That almost goes untouched for 10 yards. He just slips through there.
That is a Warrior touchdown.
Winner on the scoreboard first. 6-0, 2-point conversion coming up. Has not been one of their strong suits on the season this year. I've seen quite a few of them not be successful. Hopefully this one sets the tone for the rest of the game here as we'll come out of that full house backfield. And that one maybe tipped.
Got just enough of it that the Warriors
trying to get it to Benedict in the end zone, but might have got a hand on it. Or maybe just unable to haul it in, but that one nicely defended by Paxton Nedved.
We're going to step away. Warriors lead this one by a score of 6-0 after back-to-back incredible runs. First by Reichenworld, then Camden Anderson to punctuate homecoming with First Blood. We'll be back in a minute.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times.
Fort Randall Federal Credit Union is here for you across Southeast and Central South Dakota. As a member of your credit union, you can take advantage of many ways to manage your money. They offer many different accounts to help suit your needs with your savings. Nobody likes wasting money on high interest rates, and neither do they. At Fort Randall FCU, they have all types of loans available to help you manage your finances. With locations in Wagner and Platte, Fort Randall FCU is ready for any needs you may have.
At Dakota Behavioral Health, we offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step for better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Welcome back to the Meyer Ag Press Box. Contact Trace for all your seed and agronomy needs.
Welcome back to Warrior Field. They lead 6-0 on homecoming. Short kick to the 24 taken by number 5 for the Titans. He's going to get a short return from the 24 out to the 34, about a 10-yard return, where Titans will go on offense, 1st and 10. Not a typical.
Yeah, kind of a pop-up kickoff by him. But you know what? Those aren't always that bad either. When a guy is getting the ball that's not expecting to get the ball or is not used to getting the ball, sometimes they don't necessarily know what they're going to do with it. And good coverage on a little bit shorter kick.
7:15 to go here in the first half. It's going to be a weather timeout, heat advisory timeout by the officials. We'll keep it here and talk about kind of how this one is going. We'll have stats at halftime. Right now,
also kicking into that wind, though. Kind of south-southwest wind.
You know, looking at those winds, they've switched, haven't they? It is south-southwest still. Looked like they're almost, the flags are blown back at us. I should look right up there. Nope. Yeah, that would give it away. Hey, that last drive, really, really good job by the ends of the Warriors creating outside running room. You got to get downfield. Sometimes you're that second layer block. They're getting there. That popped Oral all the way down to, the 20, I think it was 22. And then the next play, Camden Anderson with some shifty running, doing a nice job bouncing it into the hole, getting outside, planting the foot, turning it up and saying, I smelled pay dirt.
Send Mayer in motion. Again, he'll get the pass. That one out close to a first down.
Looks like there's going to be a flag laundry on the field.
I see that, about the 38-yard line.
We're going to bring it back. It's going to be 1st and I'm guessing it's behind the line of scrimmage. What have we learned this year?
They measure from
the line of scrimmage. It's going to go all the way back to the 24, where it will be 1st and 20 for the Titans. You know, Feisner, he's a lefty. Got to watch him in the VFW state championships this year down in Gregory. He's a physical young man, big man, lefty, a lot of things that you don't expect out of a quarterback. So I guess he's not, maybe he's Tua. I'm not even going to try saying Tua's last name.
You can't think about it, you just got to say it, right? This is Mayer running at you down the sidelines, and they're going to blow him out of bounds. So what looked like was going to be a huge play possibly for the distance turns out to be a pickup of about 10, maybe 11 as he stepped out.
Oh, he's going to hate himself when he sees that, not recognizing. And there's 2 lines out there. There's the sideline, and then there's the sideline for the Warriors team. I almost wonder if he thought he had a little more room as he turned that corner.
It didn't seem like he was forced out, really.
He was not, and he had nothing but green grass in front of him. Give credit, Seth Heath was closing the gap on him. May have had a chance to run him down had he not stepped out. Big play, nearly. Warriors trying to avoid those keys to the game. Nearly gave up a huge one to the Titans.
Ball right at the 35-yard line. And Feisner taking a good shot after a gain of about 3. To the 47-yard line. It's going to set up 3rd and 7.
Huge play there by Derek Fanenga, the left tackle. The big space eater at 295 took on it was for sure double, possibly a triple team came through that and wrapped up Feisner for that short gain.
Titans break huddle and come out. Feisner with personnel on either side. And play action, pass right down the middle, hatted man, just missed the target. And talk about wanting one back. That was a big missed opportunity for the Titans as Sandland, I believe it was, down the middle.
Yeah, and Seth Heath first step up as a linebacker, and it's supposed to be as a linebacker. Reed make that first step up, get back into pass coverage. He stepped up, immediately turned and ran, wasn't able to quite catch up. Good job by the free safety. Zach Olson was there in case of a completion.
Warriors have been getting close. That one, if it wasn't tipped, it was definitely altered. That one went pretty high and not real far, but didn't take much of a bounce either. So it'll get downed at the 37-yard line of the Warriors, and that's where they'll have it 1st and 10 after following up nicely with the defense after that score.
I didn't get to see on our screen. We're on a delay here, but it did look like somebody from that left side might have gotten just a little bit of that ball to keep him from getting the full benefit of a punt there. Warriors with good field position here, starting at the 37. See if they can sustain another drive and finish it right before half.
Anderson in motion becomes the blocker for Heath. Gain of a couple.
Yeah, I'm really not used to this, Gerald. Normally it's like a 24-second delay with our new server. It's only like 10 seconds behind.
Yeah,
it's
we're not
close.
By the time you look down there and decide we might want to take a second peek for ourselves up here, we're already moving on. You're right. 2nd and 8, gain of a couple. Ball shy of the 40-yard line for the hometown team. That one cut back upfield by Olsson. Able to pick up another couple. It's going to set up 3rd and 6 for Winter.
Zach deciding to turn that one up into the 5-hole. That's setting up that 7-hole later because there was a nice crackdown block by the end out there. Right now, I think playing tackle is Jackson Day for the injured Joey Anderson, and he had a really good seal block and actually blocked down into Zach as he was getting into the hole.
We'll see Phillips out of the gun. That one hits the turf after the incomplete pass. So 4th and 6, and the punt team comes out.
So we've seen that play 4 times during the course of the year. You run the split in deep. Olson comes at about a 10-yard out, and then you have somebody in the flat. Every time we've seen Quincy throw it to Olson at that 10-yard instead of the flat or the 9. Actually, Olson was double-teamed on that. Got to mix it up, maybe taking a look at the end coming across the middle.
A little bit of a high snap, gets the punt away. It's a low line driver, but it takes a favorable Winter bounce. And Oral down there to down it at the 26-yard line. So Mayer will not get a chance to return that one, and the Titans will take over with 4:10 on the clock in the first half.
Still what we expected. MVP winner. Last year, winner we thought would go in at MVP and kind of put it to them, and they played the Warriors super tight, a championship team, to a 6-point game. At halftime, I think that game might have even been tied last year over in Mount Vernon.
Oh, the gunslinger, Feisner.
Yeah. You got to see him pitch.
That looked like it. That's what he did right there. little bit of a bobble that time by Sandlin.
Ball might have popped out there at the end of that.
Clearly.
Warriors pointing the other direction. Still no call. Warrior ball. One referee just pointed the other direction.
Winter football. One of the disadvantages of being about 50 to 60 yards away from the play on the far sideline. You can't really see too much what happened. But, yeah, looking at our screen in front of us here, you clearly see what looked like movement for a fumble.
And the sideline judge made the call first. The officials come in, conferred. He's sticking by his call. He's taking a beating right now from the MVP staff.
Yeah, what a tough spot to be in right there. Like, want to get away?
The Warriors were certain that they had the turnover, and in fact they did.
Second recovered fumble tonight for the Warriors. And this is Anderson behind.
Same play he scored on this time. The hole did open, and instead of having to bounce it off, he pokes it up into the hole, and he is ankle tackled.
Yeah, I thought he was behind everybody at that point, but a nice job by Hoffman saving the touchdown.
Yeah, Hoffman catches him right by the ankle, or that's the same exact play. It would have been ironic that Camden has 2 touchdowns, both on the same play call.
1st and 10. Motion man is McKenzie. He'll get the toss inside the 5 down to the 4, but there is a penalty flag at about the 13-yard line. It's going to go against the Warriors.
Really like what I'm seeing right now out of the Warriors' backs. Earlier in the season, and we've got a great offensive line. It's basically a state championship line from last year. Backs were kind of tiptoeing. They're getting deep, taking that pitch, and they are turning it on. And they're turning it on without the hole being there. And once the hole opens, boom.
It's almost like the quarterback passing before, just on a timing route, before the receiver's even open or, even looking.
They're hitting
similar type of concept
before the hole opens. And so they're at full speed when they do create that crease. You're exactly right.
Phillips with time. And that one's going to be intercepted at about the 13-yard line. That is Feisner, I believe, on a good return after the interception all the way out to the 40-yard line. They might mark him out at the 39. Let's take a look here.
Oh, they're going to give him the 41.
The 41, all right. Give or take a yard. So Warriors unable to capitalize on the turnover that they created and made one themselves that time as Phillips fires the interception. So Titans have new life here with 2:51 to go, trailing only by 6 from the 41-yard line. Feisner back to pass, lets it go over the middle once again. Had Sandlin in a very similar look. He had a couple steps from any defender, just unable to connect on that one. There's a reason why they went back to that one, but still unsuccessful. And that's what I talked about, execution. This style of offense might be able to tear you apart, but you have to make those plays. You have to execute, and we haven't seen the Titans do that too much tonight.
And they got Seth to step up into the hole. This time Zach would have been on the back shoulder of the receiver had he caught that. That would have been a difficult rundown. The play was there, just not able to convert.
2nd and 10 after the incompletion from the 41. Quickly out of the hands. Little trickeration. Mayer ends up with the ball. And a first down into winter territory at the 43-yard line.
That's the second time this year Warriors
That's
have been
happened.
caught in hook and ladder.
Woonsocket, Weston Springs, Sanborn Central.
Right. You and I.
You actually wanted Winter to, hey, maybe Winter will run that, and then
the Bucks.
The Bucks decided to. Clock stopped at 2:37 here in the opening half. 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs for the Titans into winter territory at the 43-yard line.
Big spot here. Warriors want to come up with a defensive stop. Titans know the Warriors get the ball to start the second half. They need one here.
Feisner looks to his left. Now he's going to take off to his right. Still looking downfield, though. He'll let one go. If that was complete in 3 Warrior defenders, and it was. Nedved Paxton with the catch somehow in heavy traffic. Delivered well-thrown ball. I give Feisner all the credit. He just kept his eyes downfield the whole time.
Yeah.
Never gave up on the pass. Normally he might take off and run. You would expect that. Not this time.
You had Heath, Olsson, and Oral all in coverage. Nedved rolling with his quarterback. It becomes a scramble to really breaks from his designed route. Quarterback rolls back to his right. He turns and runs to the sideline. Feisner, rolling right, comes up with a huge play. It's a great point.
1st and 10 again. How about Heath getting there quick? Unable to bring him down, though, at first contact, so able to turn it into at least a short gain from what would have been a couple-yard loss. But still, nice job by Heath getting there quickly to disrupt the run that time. Sandlin on the run for the Titans. Clock running inside of 2 minutes now. 2nd and 10, no gain from the 24. Feisner keeps it himself.
Did I see laundry fly? Maybe not.
Might have been a bug.
Nathan Curtis last game he really stepped up against the Rustlers. Here, comes off the block, gets back up towards the line of scrimmage, takes down Feisner from behind for no gain.
Yeah, you mentioned him earlier, man. Just seeing him get up off the bottom of the pile after that tackle, you're like, yeah, young man is thick. Third and 10.
Taken. With the timeout, we're going to take it with the teams. We will be back in 1 minute.
Honesty. We try to be honest about everything, and if there's a problem, we try to fix it. We've kept the family name going for 75 years. I think that's something to be very proud of. I'm Mike Weeman from Weeman Land and Auction out of Marion, South Dakota. And my middle name is Earl. I'm named after my grandfather. And being an auctioneer isn't all about how fast you are or how good your chant is. It's how the people appreciate your name and accept your name. He told me that once. So that's one that I hold pretty close. He'd be proud, I think.
Check out Iverson Auto in Mitchell or Huron for great deals and top-notch service. Iverson Auto has it all, from the knowledgeable sales and finance teams to the experienced parts and service teams, plus the best detail shop in the region. Iverson Auto, 77-plus years in our community, locally owned and operated. We have always been here and always will be. Stop in for your next new or used ride or use one of our professional services at Iverson Auto in Mitchell and Huron, or browse our inventory online anytime at iversonauto.com.
Welcome back to the Meyer Ag Press Box. Contact Trace for all your seed and agronomy needs.
Welcome back to Warrior Field. Minute 6 to go. Feisner going to drop back in that shotgun position.
3rd and 10. Going to pick up maybe a couple. And that's all he'll have on 4th and 8 upcoming for the Titans as the clock rolls to 50 seconds. Coming out of that timeout. Titans obviously in no hurry if they fail to convert here.
That was an incomplete pass, right? Clock stops.
Thought last play was a run by Feisner.
Oh, yeah. Okay, my bad. I thought he threw it.
It was play action, and then he tucked and ran. And so a conservative play call for the Titans, snuffed out by the Warriors, so they will get their hands on the football offensively one last time here with 25 seconds to go and all 3 timeouts.
Yeah. Still think with the ball after the half, the way this one's been going, turnovers back and forth, you're just going to try getting out of the half here. Look for the Warriors. Me personally, I think they take a knee.
I'm going to say, do you think they'll actually kneel?
Maybe.
It does not look like it. And a fumble.
That's why you kneel.
And it is recovered by the Titans. I kind of thought that, but there's a little lackluster celebration by the Titans, and I kind of remained silent there, but they do recover the fumble.
Number 11 coming up with the ball.
England.
Or
excuse me, Sandland. It was a land. My apologies.
The inside
Sandland,
handoff on the double reverse bounces off the forearm. Great opportunity. Remember this play. Great opportunity for the Titans here with 19 seconds to go.
I'll say just fortunate that there's that little time left. Oh, and a straight drop. Would have been tackled immediately after the catch by Phillips, but an absolute drop for Paxton Nedved.
Yeah, Quincy doing what you need to do as a cornerback when a receiver pulls up short. If you think they're catching it, you make sure that they feel it with a physical tackle, whether they catch it or not, and Quincy did that. We're going to step away for one more time. 15 seconds going to the half. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Explore the 2023 Lincoln Navigator at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Every time you approach your Lincoln, you'll receive a re-carpet welcome. Twin turbocharged 3.5 V6 engine with auto start-stop technology. You'll travel confidently with technology that meets all your needs. Now you can get the 2023 Navigator for 5.9% at 72 months. Stop in to see the full vehicle lineup at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Capital City Ford in Pierce, South Dakota.
Welcome back to the Meyer Ag Press Box. Contact Trace for all your seed and agronomy needs.
For a fumble either, you know what I mean? You got to execute too.
Welcome back to Warrior Field, discussing the play here as we come out of this timeout. Titans will be 2nd and 10 at the 20 after coming up with that turnover. See what Feisner can do with the ball here. See if the Warriors can get a rush off the edge. Force him to step up into the pocket like Lamar.
Coming with pressure, though. Oh, and another drop. Would have been shy of the goal line, but from about the maybe inside the 2 for sure. That time another drop. Heard footsteps.
Actually didn't. He just turned his head upfield and was looking for the goal line because he was open. That was number 7
that was
again.
Mayer.
And if he doesn't take his eyes off the ball, that is 6 for the Titans. Nice little route there by the Titans over on the right side. Outside receiver goes 5 yards upfield, hard cut, and down the line across the middle, and Mayer just cutting off that hip on kind of a 9 flag pattern.
Ooh, touchdown saving tackle by Phillips at the 2-yard line.
We have now seen the hook and ladder 3 times this year, twice in one game.
Twice in the same quarter.
Same drive.
Timeout Titans, yeah.
We're going to step away one more time. We'll be back in 1 minute from Warrior Field.
Welcome to Buoie Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Buoie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Buoie, the president of Buoie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned, Buoie Foods.
Welcome back to the Meyer Ag Press Box. Contact Trace for all your seed and agronomy needs.
Titans trying to capitalize on the opportune turnover by the Warriors right before half with 25 seconds to go.
3 seconds on the game clock.
One play from the 2-yard line to either tie the game or possibly put them into the lead here on homecoming.
1st and goal from the 2.
Oh, yes, and they do have a kicker. Do they? No, they're going to go for the tie, though. Got to go for the tie down 6. I like the call on the road. Trips, you're going to see Feisner fake the throw to the left side, and he'll run right up the middle.
No,
actually, he's in the route.
Trick play. Caught. Touchdown. So direct snap to Cole Sandlin, and then he'll throw it to Feisner for the touchdown.
And it was great coverage by the Warriors. Initially, it was Quincy Phillips, and then he left Feisner, leaving the left defensive end, Jackson Day
trying to get out there.
Great job by Day trying to get out there. Feisner with a better catch as Quincy Phillips left the receiver to go to the quarterback.
And how big does that loom on the fumble on your 20-yard line? Inside a minute to go. And Titans now with the chance to take the lead however they choose. They will attempt the 2-point. Feisner rolls left. Nice pass caught. 2-point conversion is good.
And after a
as he hits Kyle Sandlin.
After a wild first half, the Titans take advantage of a turnover with 25 seconds to go. They'll score a 2-yard touchdown catch. It's a pass to Tice Feisner to tie the game, and then Feisner with the 2-point conversion to give the Titans the lead. 8-6 here on homecoming. We'll be back with about 2 minutes to go in the half. You got about a 10-minute break to go relax and figure out what refreshments or food you want, and we'll be back with some halftime stats.
Futures aren't made by accident. They're dreamt, they're planned, they're discovered. At Northern State University, futures are the result of hard work and grit. NSU is an academic powerhouse with a spirit of exploration and genuine support, where professors know your name and push you to discover what you're truly capable of. But don't take our word for it. When you experience Northern, you'll see the difference here.
Winter Dental, located at 911 Golden Prairie Drive, is proud to provide Winter and the surrounding area with high-quality, high-tech, patient-centered dentistry. Dr. Brad and the entire staff, including hygienists Michaela Smith and Sierra Hansen, are honored to have the opportunity to serve the good people of Winter and the surrounding area with gentle, compassionate, and high-quality dental services. For information on all the services they can provide you or to make an appointment, please call 605-842-1793 or go to winterdentalclinic.com.
Rob Curtis Landscaping and Design has been a family-owned business since 1988. Rob and his family specialize in every aspect of your outdoor landscaping for home and business. With service in over 20 Central South Dakota towns, Rob Curtis can help you make one of the best investments of your life. Talk to the pros about a new landscape for your home or business today. Rob Curtis Landscaping, where quality is predictable. That's Rob Curtis Landscaping and Design.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Mead Lumber is 100% employee-owned. Mead Lumber is your source for building materials. Whether your plans are for new construction or updating your existing home or barn, Mead Lumber provides the know-how and the materials you need. Lumber, steel, roofing, siding, drywall, windows, doors, and so much more. Start to finish, Mead Lumber has what you need and want for your project. Mead Lumber is your hometown lumber yard. Stop in and see what Mead can do for you. 102 North Main Street in Winter.
The Insurance Center in Winter is an independent insurance agency affiliated with many fine companies representing all types of insurance. They're able to provide you with a no-obligation comparison of your auto, home, business, crop, farm, life, and health insurance needs. Since they have access to so many companies, they have the ability to offer you the best possible coverages at the most competitive rates. For all of your insurance needs, it's the Insurance Center in Winter, White River, Platte, Burke, and Valentine.
Stop by your hometown grocer, County Fair, now in Winter and Platte. Same friendly faces with a brand new name. County Fair is a fourth-generation family-owned business based in South Dakota. They offer friendly service and the freshest food at great prices. County Fair carries premium certified Angus beef, locally grown produce, and much more. Shop County Fair in Winter and Platte, the friendliest store in town.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olsson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olsson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
The Rosebud Exchange in Mission, South Dakota is your one-stop shop for all your household needs, kids' toys, clothing, native print items, star quilts, and a whole lot more. They accept cash, credit cards, tribal checks, payroll deductions, and purchase orders with 0% interest on payroll deduction and layaway orders. Watch Facebook or come in and visit their friendly staff for all their great deals 10 to 6 Monday through Friday. The Rosebud Exchange, proud to support all the student athletes and activities on the Live Ticket TV network.
The right nutrition, animal health, and record management is key to having a profitable cattle program. That's why you want to work with the people at Farmco, who will take the time to learn your operation and help you grow your business. We are your full-service agriculture provider of feed, seed, animal health, farm, and ranching equipment built on terrific service. Get to know Farmco locally owned and serving you in Chamberlain, Platte, Winter, and east of Kimball at the Paragon. Visit us online at farmcosd.com. Farmco, feeding your future.
Ecklund Tax Service, located at 323 Main Street in Gregory, South Dakota, is available for all your tax preparations. Mark Ecklund has been a staple in the Gregory community for many years and wants to help you and your business have success by specializing in all types of bookkeeping. Ecklund Tax can take care of any agricultural, retail, or personal bookkeeping or tax preparation. Call Mark at Ecklund Tax today at 605-835-9665.
This harvest season, make sure your John Deere Active Yield system is working for you. Active Yield measures and monitors your yield in real time, but accurate data starts with proper calibration. Save yourself the phone calls and downtime with these quick tips. Regularly check and clean sensors and components, and recalibrate when switching crops or after major maintenance. And if software issues pop up, Grosenberg Implement's Precision Ag Support Team is just a call away, 402-256-6303. They'll keep you running smoothly this harvest. From everyone at Grosenberg Implement, stay safe out there and have a great harvest.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
There's a lot of uncertainties in farming and ranching today, but one thing is certain. Statewide Ag Insurance in Chamberlain, Winter, and Mitchell are your crop and livestock insurance specialists. Statewide agents have a background in agriculture and work hard to provide growers and ranchers with risk management plans and insurance coverage that fits their business needs. From hail insurance, livestock revenue protection, to multi-peril crop and revenue insurance, Statewide will help you with the right decisions. Statewide Ag Insurance in Chamberlain, Winter, and Mitchell. Locally owned, your dependable partner in crop and livestock protection and equal opportunity provider.
Cenex Zip Trip is your local convenience store with 5 locations throughout South Dakota, offering top-tier gasoline and Cenex premium diesel fuels. Stop in for a great selection of your favorite snacks, beverages, pizza, and other hot foods. Become a Zip Trip Rewards member and save 5 cents per gallon of fuel every day. Plus earn and redeem points for further discounts. Sign up at CenexZipTrip.com. Cenex Zip Trip is a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities. When it comes to game day, let Zip Trip fill your food and fuel needs.
Fall is here, and at Elevate Agronomics, we're ready to help you score on your operation. From winter wheat and cover crop seed to fall burn down herbicides and custom wheat seed treating, we've got your fields covered. And don't forget your cow herd. Our livestock product lineup includes products built for fall calving, weaning, and more to help keep your herd in winning shape. Stop in at our office in Winter or give us a call as you make your fall plans. We are looking forward to cheering on Winter this season. Go Warriors and Lady Warriors. Elevate Agronomics. Reach new heights.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Agramax and West River Ag have been in the winter area for a combined total of 9 years. We offer top-of-the-line services and inputs such as chemical, seed, fertilizer application, spraying, and agronomy services with a certified crop advisor on staff. We are a full-service business that is locally owned and operated. We look forward to continuing service to the ag community and cannot wait to help you with all your agricultural needs. Agramax, shaping the future of ag.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Meyer Ag Press Box. Contact Trace for all your seed and agronomy needs.
Welcome back to Warrior Field. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these halftime stats from the action in which MVP went to the locker room with an 8-6 lead. Warriors accumulated 6 first downs in the first half. They had 18 carries for 114 yards. It's good for about that 5 3/4 yard clip. They actually were 2 of 5 passing for 27 yards. The big one to Zach Olsson. And that was on that scoring drive, I believe, because then the next play, Oral broke free and Anderson finished the drive. Or am I blending a couple of them together? Warriors, they've thrown in one interception, and of course they've lost the one fumble with 25 seconds left in the half. That set up that Titan touchdown and 2-point conversion. Warriors facing a stiff, physical Titan defense. 1 for 4 on third down conversions, 0 for 2 on fourth downs. Taking a look at MVP, 18 carries, 53 yards. 6 of 11 passing, 58 yards. You're looking at 111 yards of offense for the Titans, 141 for the Warriors. Feisner, 6 of 11, has a touchdown pass. They've fumbled and lost both of those. So each team with 2 turnovers.
Winner not able to capitalize on that second one down there, set up nicely, and instead, who would think that just a matter of a few minutes later that they'd hang 8 on the board as time expired, but.
They're 3 of 7 on third downs and 0 of 1 on fourth downs. Looking at individual efforts here in the first half for the Warriors, carrying the ball, Reichen Oral, 4 carries, 46 yards. Camden Anderson, 3 carries, 30 yards, a touchdown. Carter McKenzie running the ball well, 3 carries, 15 yards. Seth Heath also running well, 3 carries, 12 yards. Zach Olson, 4 carries, 11 yards. He had that fumble right before half. Passing, Quincy, 2 of 4, 27 yards, and a interception. Olsson with the 22-yard reception. Carter McKenzie, they got him out in space. Could have been bigger. He was one catch for 5 yards. Defensively for the Warriors right now, it is Seth Heath, Mason Curtis, who I've talked a lot, but Derek Faninga, the big guy, has been ranking Oral in this game, 5 tackles. Taking a look at the leaders for MVP, rushing the ball right now, Feisner, 12 carries, 33 yards. They've really minimized the damage he's done, but it's mostly been kind of like Lamar Jackson uses his legs to set up the throwing lanes, and that's exactly what Feisner did. Mayer, 3 carries, 18 yards. Feisner, 6 of 9 for 59 yards. Hey, man, put Cole Sandlin back there at quarterback. He's 1 for 1, and he's got a touchdown. I'd like to see that QBR rating. It's a 2-yard touchdown pass to Tice Feisner.
Yeah, let's not forget those 2 down the middle, missing Kyle Sandlin. That could have been different. A couple drops on that second to the last drive, the one where, prior to the last, obviously, where they scored the touchdown, a couple drops.
Defensively for the Titans, it's Tanner Baker, 4.5 tackles, Riley Mayer, 4.5, Kyle Sandlin with 4. Those 3 young men leading the way for that defense for the Titans. That's how we get to 8-6. Warriors, first score, taking a look at drives. Their touchdown came in that second quarter. It was a five-play, 69-yard drive that started at the Warrior 31. Took 3 minutes and 10 seconds before Camden Anderson punched it in for the touchdown to make it 6-0. Final score came with no time on the clock, and it was Tice Feisner with the 2-yard touchdown reception from Sandlin, and then the 2-point conversion from Feisner to make it 8-6. That's where we are on homecoming 2025. We knew it was going to be a good game. I'd had some conversation with coaches around the 11B, one in particular that has faced both of these teams, and he goes, oh boy, MVP, a physical team. They're going to give you everything that they got. They're going to come up and thump you. You better be ready to play a physical game. You're going to have to create opportunities out in space to beat the Titans. We'll see if we can find some of these kids, whether it be Camden Anderson, Carter McKenzie, maybe the ends, Jorgensen, Benedict, out in space. I about said it. Seth Heath. Got to get that young man in space, too, while you continue to soften the middle with those fullback dives.
Tice Feisner
does everything.
Yep. He'll kick off here for the first time for the Titans to start the third. Into that wind, it'll get up and hang from the 15-yard line. And that's McKenzie breaking 1 tackle out across the 35 and tackled at the 36-yard line. So Warriors will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 36 to start the third.
McKenzie, we saw him on punt returns. I'd like to see him back there on punt returns too, because he gets ahead of steam and he just gets upfield. He wants to get positive yards every time he touches the ball. Picked up 21 there on the return to start the Warriors.
Alex Rojas, the freshman special teams tackle for the Titans. Toss, this is Heath, following blockers, getting to the edge, tries to cut it back, and an ankle tackle made by Hoffman after a gain of 6.
They're going to spot it at the 41, and he reached all the way out to the 43. Actually, they're going to give him a spot at the 42, and he had reached out to the 44. Come on, man, give him the reach.
2nd and 4. Winner up to the ball at their own 42-yard line. And another tackle made by Hoffman, but not before a winner first down. That was Camden Anderson on the carry, and a nice run on a good-looking drive here so far by the Warriors.
Somebody listen to me, because the kids are getting into the hole and looking to get to the sideline rather than turning it into the pursuing linebackers and free safety. Picking up 3-4 more yards on each of those carries. Camden looking really good now as he's close to 40 yards on the night.
McKenzie this time receives the pitch. And stop shy of the Titan 40 at the 41-yard line.
But again, ahead of steam, the hold never really materialized till the last second. And when he exploded into it, there was a tackle there. When you got that head of steam, he's able to lean forward for 1 yard after contact. Nice 5-yard gain, keeping you ahead of schedule.
From the 41, 2nd and 5. Oh, that one a little bit out in front. Nice job reeling that one in. And Zach Olsson, number 5, going to pick up the first down on a gain of 7.
In past years, our wingbacks would be pretty much stationary. If they were on the left side, they were on the left side pretty much all year long. Warriors now also getting creative. Camden just had that nice run. They mix him to the left side instead of the right side. You think defensively, okay, they're going to try to get him to that sideline on the right side. Nope, it's Olsson coming the other way, mixing up their players.
Anderson on another one, fighting the tackles. It's going to take 2 Titans to bring him down on that one. Another good physical run that time by Anderson to the 30-yard line.
And it had to be pulled from behind. He was keeping those legs moving forward. Picked himself up an extra 2 yards by doing that. You will hear us talk often about staying ahead of schedule. Well, Warriors, we know they're 3 yards in a cloud of dust. They pick up 6 yards. We're way ahead of that schedule of 3 yards per play. And that'll ruin the schedule.
Yeah, I was going to say, and that evens up the score. Back to the line of scrimmage. And that was it for Olsson on that one. It'll stay 3rd and 4 from the 29.
Really good job by number 76 coming around the edge from that right end position. Nobody out there in space, and instead of sitting out there, he immediately recognizes I'm free, and he crashes down the line to collect Olsson for that loss. Or no gain, actually, by the looks of things.
Anderson in motion, gets the toss inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. And it's going to be another 4th down, as you mentioned, where we 0 for 2 in the first half on 4th down conversions. Similar spots on the field, kind of in that no man's land. Historically, always going to be a go-for-it situation for the Warriors, but really even if you weren't that type of team, where they're at, a punt will do you no good. So big 4th down coming up.
Oh, second effort, going to pick up that first down.
I think it's enough, yeah.
And I don't know if that was Riken or his offensive line saying, hey, you need some help? We got you.
I was going to say.
Heck, it was Quincy Phillips, the quarterback, out there shoving him. Get upfield. No, that was Camden Anderson. But Baker, for all you MVP fans out there, we do know about the Bakers over the course of the last 5 to 7 years. Another Baker linebacker out there making incredible plays from that middle linebacker position. He was right in the mix of that and the previous play.
1st and 10, Oral.
I like that play. You know why, right?
Getting to the sidelines.
Well, I also
and from the fullback spot.
Yes,
thank
you.
Yeah.
Now, in that particular case, Nathan Curtis had a great block from the guard position. I've been begging the runners to get to the sideline and look for yards. That time, if he cuts it back in, and there is laundry on the field.
I was just going to tell you that, but I didn't want to interrupt you.
But that particular time, I'd like to have seen Riken plant the foot and cut it back into traffic. He might have picked up more yards there. Felt coming for naught. Moving back to the 35.
1st and 20. Near the area they converted that 4th down. Now they find themselves, and another flag flies. Indication is it's against the Warriors. Consecutive penalties. This one a 5-yarder. It'll be 1st and 25.
Well, we've talked about the schedule, and this one is not part of any Warriors schedule. You'll see Quincy dropping back maybe once or twice here as they're moved all the way back to the 40 and face a 1st and 25. Last time they were in this situation, they hit Zach Olsson on that flare pass, and they picked up a 1st down. So
yeah,
nothing to be scared of. It's just not typical.
Not something that they're most comfortable with. There's Anderson, a nice vision cutting back. And he'll get back inside the 35 down to the 34. Getting some of that penalty yardage back.
Nice 7-yard carry, but he's doing a nice job. But with that speed and that head of speed, he's pushing hard towards the sideline, allowing the offensive line to kick out, create the gap. He sees it, cuts it in there. 7 nice yards. I guess that's on schedule to get a first down if we can get 7 per carry.
Anderson again. Great vision. Good burst of speed. And he's down inside the 25 to the 23-yard line.
Make it 3rd and 8. He's picked up 17 yards on 2 carries, same play. Camden, like I said, doing a really good job forcing the edge, forcing the Titans to defend that outer sideline. He's just letting his blockers push him out there, and he's cutting behind him. And when he cuts, I really like what I'm seeing out of Camden. Positive yards after contact.
Good stuff tonight on homecoming night. He comes to the sideline after those runs.
Ooh.
Phillips had to get rid of it. A little bit of a dangerous throw, but had pressure in his face, and it'll fall incomplete. And so now we're facing a 4th and 8.
And Zach Olsson had an opportunity at the goal line. Huge pressure from Titans defensive lineman number 57. That is Bush.
Tegan Bush.
Yeah, Tegan came free over the left guard, forced Quincy to get rid of it early. Fourth and 8.
1 of 3 on the conversions. Out time hits Olsson, got the first down to the 20-yard line.
Olsson knew it was going to be close. As soon as he got that, he put the shoulder down, didn't even try to juke, just got upfield, drove, and gets it to the 10-yard line. Warriors convert on a 1st and 25. They get it to the 11. They're facing a 1st and 10. They can pick up a first down at the 1-yard line.
And if this is the drive to take the lead, what a heck of a drive it's been, overcoming that penalty yards. A couple 4th down conversions. And no, going to be brought down about the 3-yard line.
Can I say it?
Go ahead.
Cash. Seth Heath all the way down to the 1. Watch him finish out that drive. He goes through 1 tackler and a second, lunging to get it to the 3, putting them in a 2nd and short.
And he pops right up like nothing. He's one of the first kids up off the ground.
Man, he's tough. The real Cash Heath, the Cowboy.
Also. Fumble.
Ball on the ground.
Titans get on it.
Taking a look here real quick. Warriors could not finish the drive.
Kyle Sandlin on the recovery. Heath chasing after it.
Yeah, and I really do think Seth there is going to be – he is upset with himself looking at the replay. That was one that he just took his eyes off the ball, put the ball on the turf. Titans ball on the 11-yard line. There was a penalty on the Warriors. They will decline it. Again, a turnover on that west end zone. What's wrong with the west side?
I don't know. I was just thinking of the keys to the game.
Yep, finished drives and have not. Going to take a timeout. I don't know if it's a heat advisory or a team timeout, but we're with them. We'll be back in 1 minute.
The Winter Advocate is the exclusive newspaper of Tripp County serving Winter, Colomb, and surrounding communities. Each Wednesday you will find the latest in state and local news, sports, job openings, classifieds, and all legal public notices. Call 605-842-1481 or stop down to their new location in the City Building at 325 South Monroe, Suite 119. Deadlines are Friday at 5 p.m. for the Advocate and noon on Fridays for the Rocket. The Winter Advocate is a proud supporter of all Winter and Colomb school activities on the Live Ticket Network.
Being a part of a community means sharing the history and future of the people all around you. For 115 years, First Fidelity Bank has been doing just that, helping you get the most out of life by providing the services and tools you need, the conveniences and technology you want, and the friendly faces you expect. So you get everything you need right here in the place you call home, now and for many years to come. First Fidelity Bank.
Welcome back to the Meyer Ag Press Box. Contact Trace for all your seed and agronomy needs.
Back at Warrior Field, they have just suffered their third turnover here on homecoming, giving the Titans the ball at the 11-yard line. They had 2nd and 1 at the 2-yard line and could not finish the drive. Flag.
Holding flag comes out, I'm going to think.
So they can't go back 10 yards from the 11-yard line. It's going to go back half the distance. It'll be 5.5. They'll take over 1st and 15 from about the 5-yard line, maybe the 6. Good job by the right cornerback out there fighting through blockers to get up there and make the tackle as the Titans were trying to get to the edge on that toss pitch. Don't want to call it a true pistol. It's more of a shotgun. That's controversial, confusing tonight. When somebody hollers, "Come on, Blue," you don't know if they're hollering at the official or the Titans tonight.
Right.
I just heard that from the crowd, and I was like, okay, who are they hollering at?
Feisner from his own goal line, and a little bit of breathing room being created out there this time. Sure who that was.
Number 11 on the carry.
Okay. That's my man, Kyle Sandlin. I tried to call England earlier.
Carter McKenzie coming up from that right cornerback spot to get the tackle. They get all the penalty yards back. It's 2nd.
+1 maybe?
For sure. It's either a short 10 or a long 9.5, or 9.5 we'll call it.
Sandlin again.
Keeping the wheels going.
Yep. Oh, talk about a reach at the end. Not going to get that last yard.
Linebackers doing a real good job. That was Riken Orrell and Hudson Peters fighting off the block to get in there on the action along with the free safety, Zach Olsson. As those legs wouldn't quit going, he was breaking tackles and fighting for yards.
Titans come up with tempo this time, breaking the huddle quick and going under center. Kind of caught the Warriors just enough off guard, able to convert that 3rd down. So the Warriors had him pinned back deep after that penalty, about their own 6. And they're out to the 25 now with a fresh set of downs, leading by 2.
Some great shots again from down at field level. Nice 4-yard gain. That's number 11 again.
Yeah, heavy dose. Heavy dose of Sandlin.
Sandlin, and guess who's there?
Seth Heath, yeah.
Baker on defense for the Titans. Heath on defense for the Warriors. On offense, it's been Feisner. On offense for us, it's been Anderson. They're feeding their playmakers on both sides, and defensively, playmakers on the opposite side doing a nice job. That's why we're 8-6. Derek Faninga, you know, he's not going to get credit for the tackle, but on that particular play, he was triple teamed again. Derek being very disruptive, eating all those different blockers, freeing up the linebackers, Hudson and Riken Orrell, to come in there and make the tackle. Pickup of 1. We'll say it's a long 3rd and 5. Closer to 3rd and 6, probably.
Oh. Drew a little cheery. I was going to say, I
Laundry
Levi
on the
Heenan,
field.
Levi Heenan thinking it was picked. I almost thought so too, especially from the reaction over there. Some screaming, but it is an incomplete pass. Penalty pending. It's a 4th down.
Long discussion, really. really long discussion.
Yeah, I was going to say, not sure made the call, if he's trying to convince. Looks like he's kind of acting it out.
Yeah, he's basically kind of waving out the route, and they're going to call holding. Might have been offensive holding. That's got to be like a pick play. The official waving the arm, kind of waving out the route, air signing it.
Coach Olsson says, before we make the decision, I want to know what my
I think he's going to
be. He declines it. So they have the penalty yardage marked off. They'll decline on the 4th and 6.
Coach Olsson believing Court Meyer's team will punt the ball away.
And with the lead, you'd be obviously a little more inclined to believe that at this point.
Oh, another heavy rush, and they don't touch him.
And another punt out of bounds. No chance for return from Olsson once again. Feisner able to get it away, but yeah, he's had pressure coming at him.
I don't know how they missed
punts. I don't either.
You know, as a punter, I guess you got to have that mental attitude that, my job is to get the ball away, and if they hit me, I guess I'm going to hurt a little bit, but they're going to suffer more than me. And he just stands in there and delivers a punt, gets it away.
Very short punt, however, so Winter will take over in Titan territory already at the 45-yard line, which is something they needed after giving up that
turnover.
Yeah, that turnover down there to end their seemed like could have been a scoring drive for sure. Here's Olsson. For a gain of, looks about like 6, maybe 7 yards.
Looks like someone cramping maybe down there, working over a hamstring. Jordan Drummond saying, hey, I got my guy, and I'm going to be an athletic trainer. I'm going to stretch him out. Is that Jackson?
Going to get him pre-warmed up.
Jackson's like, okay, stretch me, don't kill me. Jordan might have laid it to him pretty good there early. Cramping is Jackson seeing more playing time, all the playing time over at right tackle with Joey Anderson hurt like, the second or third play of the game, third down maybe on the first offensive series. Kelly doesn't like being out there as often as she is tonight. That's her second trip onto the field. Good job, Jordan. You got a career in ATC, athletic training and career. Taking care of your teammate. Number 51, for the record, that was Camden Stahl, one of the captains for the Titans, doing a nice job getting to Jackson and stretching him out to begin with. We've all been there. We've all experienced those cramps. Me more so in my old age in the middle of the night.
I was going to say some of us in bed and some of us on the field. Old age. You knew where I was going to go with that one.
No, you knew where I was going with that one. But again, back to your point, Warriors taking over positive side of the 50, Titan territory. They're ahead of schedule. First down plays have been so successful. I'd like to see that second down play action pass right here. A couple weeks ago, they were so effective on second down.
2nd and 4, they go to the fullback. Gain of a couple. Third and 2 from the 37-yard line.
At the end of the play, the left guard, Jordan Drummond, driving his man into the tackle. I mean, guy tried getting around him, and he hooked him and just drove him right into the tackle. But offensive line being physical.
This is Olsson.
First down.
Always falling forward. Always falling forward. I love it. He's always going to grab it. And, not the most tall athlete, but always finds a way to get that last little, that just anything, half yard. Had enough for first down on that one.
Yeah, I think they list Zach in the program at, 5'8", 155. But and the younger backs are Camden and Carter now starting to realize it's super important to fall forward. They're learning from the senior, that senior leadership, how important those 1-2 yards are at the end of a carry.
And Heath, there's another block being carried out till the end. Drummond maybe getting in the head of the Titans a little bit. He got a good shove off right at the end. But Heath with a 8-yard carry on first down, going to bring up 2nd and 2 from the Titan 25-yard line.
First things first, execution is seeing the ball into your hands, even in these short, that's execution. Nothing silly here.
11 seconds to go in the third, and that should be the last play of the third quarter.
I don't think Zach fell forward on that one. It was a pretty good, nice finish there by the Titans defensively at linebacker number 7 for them. That was Riley Mayer again, one of those top tacklers in the first half, driving Zach back. It'll make it a 3rd and short when we return. 8-6 on homecoming. If you wanted points, forget it. We got defense instead. We'll be back in 1 minute for the fourth quarter close.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
Welcome back to the Meyer Ag Press Box. Contact Trace for all your seed and agronomy needs.
We flip sides of the field. We'll start the fourth quarter. Warriors with the football facing a 3rd and short on a critical conversion situation here, needing to pick up first downs and finish this one off with a score. And Heath
hit hard by number 13.
Yeah, rolling horizontally down the line. Maybe a yard or maybe half yard to a yard at the most. Just could not get away from the Titans that time. Deacon Bush hustling off over there for the Titans. Warriors in no hurry to break the huddle. It's just inside of the 25.
Got to be a quarterback keeper right up the middle. Don't waste any time. Get upfield. Or fullback dive.
Yeah, they're going to hit Oral.
It's going to be close. It's going to depend on the spot. I thought.
Again, if he got it initially, that's going to be another measurement. Last one didn't go in Winter's favor. Let's hope this one does.
The spot is accurate. I think he's got it. Not by much.
On a 3rd and 2, I mean.
I got to call it. I'm going to call it by the nose of the ball. He's going to get there. Let's see if I'm accurate. Come on, man. Pull that chain back. Pull that chain back. Zoom in on it down there. Let's see this one.
Not sure if they're just. That's short.
Wow.
Did not get it. Twice.
And the spot was 100% accurate when I went back and watched it. Good job by the Titans defense holding after that big first down carry they had. They were ahead of schedule. So much success on first down. Titans on second and 3rd down defense has been good. Their 4th down defense has been spectacular. 8-6, 11-16 to go here in the fourth quarter. We got a nail biter, man. See if the Warriors defense can now step up.
Feisner takes the snap. Pass up in the air. Ooh.
Nice job by Camden Anderson, backpedaling into his zone, getting a hand on it, tipping it up where only Hudson Peters and Carter McKenzie had a chance to intercept the ball, and we have another cramp out there. Oh, Jackson, you're right there. You could have returned the favor. It's number 51 on the ground who stretched you out. Stahl, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe Stahl's in the... It is a hot one. It was 90-plus degrees, folks, here on October 3rd. We had that late summer start, and it's going deep into the fall. I'm ready for fall at this point.
It's Sunday. It's going to drop 30 degrees, so...
Oh,
you're gonna get fall in a couple days.
Okay, is that fall or 60? I guess 60 degrees.
60 degrees is fall.
Yeah. I'll take it. I think these kids would right now with the way they're cramping up.
For sure. 2nd and 10 after the pass breakup. They'll send Cole Sandlin in motion on the sweep. Oh. When I talk about a tackle, Oral.
Riken just saw this week, committed to Augustana. He's going to be a Viking in Augustana on the wrestling team, going low for the takedown there. Great job by the end out there, though. You're keeping the edge set. That was Drummond and Curtis stretching that along, forcing him to turn in, and as soon as he did, Oral shot.
TFL.
Yeah.
3rd and 11.
TFL for you who want to know, tackle for loss.
Apologies. Yep. Warriors showing like they're coming. They do come with it. And Warriors going to get to him. Jackson Day.
Hey, man, let's get him a horse. He might be a steer wrestler, the way he finished there.
Yeah, that was a throwdown for sure.
Solo tackle for the defensive
But look who's right there. Heath a little mad at Jackson.
That
was my tackle. That was my tackle.
You can't have all the tackles there. Jackson doing his job. I like when a defensive end keeps the edge and wraps it up for a tackle for loss. What's that?
TFL. Loss of 3 on that one, 4th and 14. And the Titans, even though they've been able to hold the Warriors, never have been able to do much with it after that. This one going to stay in bounds. And there's going to be no return.
All the way down inside the 20.
That was about close to a 15-yard bounce or roll.
55, 56-yard play. What was the line of scrimmage there? 18 on the other side. So 32 and 30 give him a 69-yard punt.
Flips field position when Warriors look like they, would have had great field position. Now they've got an 80-yard field to go, and their drives keep stalling. Yeah, on that one, it gets over your head, okay, but it stays in bounds. There's still nobody there for 10 yards. I think you go get it and try to return it. 1st and 10 from the 20.
Camden Anderson on that same play. Oh.
Looked like he was getting away, and somebody reached out and got him.
Number 13 for the Titans out there. That's Sandlin going to come up with the tackle. One of the keys to this game, sustain your blocks. Riken and Worrell needed to stay with that one just a hair longer, and that might have sprung Camden for a little more than a yard gain.
McKenzie goes in motion. He'll take the toss and a short gain on 2nd down. 3rd and long. Out to the 22-yard line. 3rd and 8.
Really no chance to get ahead of steam as there were Titans in the backfield. A couple of them all over the place, disrupting the running lanes there for Carter McKenzie, that sophomore 5'10", 155-pound back. Legend Benedict checking out of the game.
And Winter trailing by 2. That homecoming loss back in 18 was by 2. Phillips with time. Oh, that's an unfortunate break for the Warriors. McKenzie.
One of the things
had it in his hands.
And he was wide open, running alone.
He almost slowed down just a half a step and maybe made it have to be a little more of a reach than it should have been. Actually, pretty well thrown ball by Phillips.
Maybe a little more air under
a little
it.
air, yeah. It was a little bit on the flat line.
But you don't want to give defenders a chance to get there.
Right, you don't want it hanging up there either. So, you know what, I don't. But, yeah, that's one that definitely needs to be caught. Very catchable. So after only 2 yards, Winter will punt it away.
Got to rely on that defense that stepped things up. But that 69-yard punt, remember that flipped the field. 37-yard punt the other direction. That's net 30 for the Titans in these back-to-back series. That one will be down to at the 41 by Taden Pichota. Looks like we're going to take a timeout. We're going to do it with the teams. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Back for the final 7:45 in 30.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Welcome back to the Meyer Ag Press Box. Contact Trace for all your seed and agronomy needs.
Back at Warrior Field, I don't know, some timeouts are short, some are long. I only took a 30 there, too, to give them time to get out of the huddle. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Titans on their 41. They have an 8-6 lead that they got by driving the ball 20 yards in the final 25 seconds of the first half. They got beat last week. They gave up a touchdown on the second play of the game. Chamberlain took a 7-0 lead. They got a touchdown. They lost 7-6. Right now, they are flipping the script on the Warriors.
And down the sidelines.
The big play.
This time he did not step out of bounds. There is a penalty flag, though. I think there might be holding.
The flag sits at the 49-yard line. So that'll take it back, and it'll make it 1st and 11.
Paxton Nedved pleading his case. Seldom change the mind of the officials.
Great cheer if you're looking to needle your opponent.
Yeah, exactly.
The high school section right behind the Titans. And you brought up that point. Thin roster, man. These kids are out there playing both ways. 25 kids for the Titans. They are 25 gamers. They've brought it tonight, as they have all season long.
And not a ton of size on that lineup either, really. I mean, you know, good average, but not, you know, you're going to see bigger teams for sure. But, yeah, these boys, they bring it.
Ends up being 1st and 12 for the Titans after the penalty.
Takes away a touchdown.
Snap it at their 39.
That is Kyle Sandlin trying to stretch it out. He will be able to cut up field and get a few yards over on that far sideline.
Looks like they're going to give him...
Oh, not as much as I first thought.
Yeah,
depends on which official you look at.
Right.
They're only going to give him about a yard. I thought he had maybe 3 at least.
It was 1st and 12. Now
okay.
It's 2nd and 9. So
Thank you. Yep.
He did pick up 3 on that one. But it did look like at the end of the play he probably got it to the 45. Might have stepped out over on that far sideline.
And we have somebody else who's
cramping up.
Yep. Helmet.
This time it's Drummond. And he's getting both of them.
Yeah, I was going to say helmet facing us, and he's got
And I inappropriately said it was Ash Kaiser. It's Abe Kaiser that was up for royalty. Right?
I
sorry about that, Abe. Abe, one of the royalty candidates, him and Heath.
And I would have if I caught that, I would have corrected you on that one. Yeah, it's Abe Kaiser, but that was royalty candidate.
Oh, man, they're leaning on those toes, and Kelly's like, don't rip his Achilles. As they're trying to stretch him out. And Jordan's like, I don't care, give me more, give me more. It's a hot one out there. Current temperature still probably in the 70s.
Yeah, he didn't repay kindness with kindness, that's for sure. Trying to help out his teammates, and then he ends up suffering from them.
So Titans have tried to get to the outside on consecutive plays. At what point do they try to soften the middle up right there? Feisner all the way down to the 45-yard line.
Biggest play the Titans have had in a while, minus that one called back by the penalty just a moment ago.
Camden Anderson riding on the back of Feisner to bring him down. If it's not Camden, he is scooting up the middle for the touchdown.
Curtis back into the game as senior Parker Mathis comes over the sideline. 1st and 10 from the Warrior 45-yard line after the run by Feisner.
6:40 and ticking. Well, when I looked, yeah. Boy.
Oh, boy. He's going to go untouched. The distance to the house. And that's Kyle Sandlin for the Titans. Trying to close things away here, make it pretty tough for the Warriors at this point.
Some great blocking over on the left side. Going to free him up for that huge touchdown run. Now, extra point. If you want a chance, this becomes the play of the game right here for the Titans after that Sandlin touchdown. This could be a nail possibly in the coffin of the Warriors. You said the 7-1 series tally in this. Both the first victory coming on homecoming. Jesse Hastings fueling that victory. This one would be Feisner and company. Big play here, folks.
Timeout.
Timeout, Warriors. We're going to take it.
I think the Titans got it.
Titans going to take the timeout. Talk about it. We are too. Off air. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
No job is too big or small for the gang at H&O Electric in winter. Whether it's a simple task around the house, remodel, new addition, or new construction, we provide residential, commercial, and industrial heating, cooling, or electrical work in winter and the surrounding area. We handle it all. Call 605-842-1117 for service or more information on your next project, big or small. H&O Electric is your authorized dealer for Trane heating systems, too. Good luck in today's event.
H&O Electric is a proud supporter of all area student athletes and activities on Live Ticket TV.
Welcome back to the Meyer Ag Press Box. Contact Trace for all your seed and agronomy needs.
Big play. 6:16 to go in the fourth quarter. Warriors have given up a 45-yard touchdown to Sandlin. They need to stop this two-point conversion to make it just a one-score game.
So big that they called a timeout just to make sure. Feisner looks to throw. That one tipped and broke up, yes. Camden Anderson on the pass breakup on the two-point try.
Kind of a pump fake to give him. No, he didn't. He just stepped up in the pocket. I thought he pumped first, stepped up, delivered a pass.
Trying to get it to Cole Sandlin.
It remains a one-score game, 14-6 here on homecoming. We'll be back in 1 minute to see the Warriors on offense.
It's a particular kind of joy when people come together. It's really nothing like it. And isn't it amazing, in that magic moment, how all the distance between us, all the obstacles, just disappear. Wherever, whenever, however. Connecting you to what matters most.
Welcome back to the Meyer Ag Press Box. Contact Trace for all your seed and agronomy needs.
Off air, we were talking about it. We would take extra football even in this heat right now if the Warriors could take it the length of the fields and tie this one up.
Maybe time for a big special teams play here. Let's get something really sparked on special teams. Haven't had much in the punt return.
No, we have Titans with that huge 69-yard punt.
Anderson going to grab it at about the 18-yard line. Makes a cutback, still on his feet. They will get him down around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he was still on his feet trying to cut it back to the right, as it was number 67 for the Titans going to throw him to the turf. And
I thought he was holding an arm or a wrist, but then he went down. I'm not so sure now what it is.
Camden in pain, and it's not a cramp.
No. I thought it was an arm or a wrist or something that looked like he was really, but tough to tell, by sometimes actions don't equal the injury just from the discomfort you're feeling.
Keep it here for a moment. See, I'm guessing they'll pop him up with it being an arm, get him to the sideline, keep this game rolling. Might have been a stinger. Yeah, it might have been that stinger. The hand got thrown. I said he got slammed to the ground. Might have hit the elbow. Funny bone. Trying to get his feeling back. And, man, if you hit the funny bone just right, hard enough.
Oh, yeah.
It's like electricity going through that arm.
And you want to make sure you definitely got that all back by the time you're ready to receive a handoff or a pitch. 1st and 10, Warriors trail by 8. We're going to see it go into the air. There's Phillips. Did he intercept it or did it hit the ground? It will be ruled an interception. Phillips' second interception of the night.
We talked about it earlier on that pass to Carter McKenzie. Maybe a little more air, but maybe it's a good thing you didn't, given the free safety time to get over there. In this particular case, there was air under the ball, giving free safety Hoffman, Ethan coming over and making the catch almost like a center fielder at the fence.
And it is time for a big answer by this Warrior defense. Got to respond. Create something here from the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 Titans. Feeling it with all the momentum, that 8-point lead and the ball. Final half of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and it does right now. It was a battle in the trenches earlier. Still is, but now they're sustaining their blocks, getting their runners to the edge.
Sandlin grabs 7 yards on 1st down. McKenzie with the tackle.
Ball all the way out to the 41. Drove him out of bounds. Nope, they kept him in. He stayed in bounds to keep that clock ticking.
Oh, good job. Is that Curtis?
Yeah.
Mason and Curtis.
Comes off the block by Stahl, who was pulling and able to come off it and clean up in a hurry.
Get back here. So a huge stop for no gain. Just outside the 41-yard line for the Titans.
Big play, though, defensively. You gave yourself a chance. This is a huge play here.
Low snap, bobbled. And that gives the Warriors all kinds of time to get in the backfield. How about 8 guys to the ball?
And more importantly, it's a TFL, which will, without a doubt now, had it been close, you had to wonder.
If they gained,
a yard or two.
Yeah, a couple of yards.
Now there's no doubt Titans will punt the ball away. We have seen the Warriors close on these special teams punts for the Titans. Do they go for the block here?
They've been close. Man, have they been close. Olsson will stand around his 35-yard line. Snaps up. Punt is, again, a high, short punt that takes a very favorable bounce down to about the 30-yard line, maybe the 29, where it's downed.
And Gerald, that's a 45-yard punt. At the end of the day, he's done a great job flipping the field for that Titans defense under a heavy duress rush every single time. Actually, it ends up being about a 36-yard
36-yard punt. But either way, considering it looks like it's just going straight up.
If you come up and field that and take that up, that's 20 extra yards of field position.
Yeah, those bounces have been hurting tonight on special teams. I think that's Oral.
He'll pick up 4 on first down, a host of Titans in there. Got to believe Baker's got to be somewhere. Nope, Baker ate a triple team. He did not get the tackle there. Oh, look at that. Somebody doing the gritty out there. I like it.
Don't like that as much as gain of a yard to the 35 and bring up 3rd and 5. Warriors need the 40-yard line for a first down in an obvious go-for-it situation, so 4-down territory.
Guess who made the play? Gritty. Stall. Able to beat the block of the center, Parker Mathis, there and come up with the tackle. I guess if you do the gritty, good things happen. Remember that, JJ, on Sunday against the Browns.
Here's McKenzie up near the 40-yard line.
Spot says he gets the first down. They'll stop the clock, and they'll take a look at that. 2:17 to go.
I'm not in favor of the measurement. Let's just give him the first down. Flag on the play.
Oh. It's against the Titans.
A rare defensive penalty tonight.
What was the flag then?
I'm not sure if he...
This is being marked off 10 yards.
10-yard penalty. I was going to say, I almost thought I saw a jump over on that far right side, maybe come across, but that clearly wasn't the case.
Warriors playing with tempo. 2 minutes to go.
Midfield. McKenzie takes the toss, trying to get out. He'll only find a couple yards.
Winner will take the timeout.
Their first timeout taken this half. They'll have 2 left, 2:05 on the clock.
Yeah, we'll keep it here as we're going to just talk about this one. Warriors, as we said, we would take overtime right now. Huge defensive stop on that 2-point conversion to keep this a 1-score game, 14-6. Titans have scored with 25 seconds left to go in the first half. When the Warriors didn't kneel on the ball and fumbled it, giving them the short field, they take advantage of it. Feisner involved in a couple key plays there to give them an 8-6 lead at halftime. And then it was Sandlin with the 45-yard touchdown run. One big play. We talked about keys to the game, no big plays. Well, they gave up one.
Finished drives.
Finished drives have not. Sustained blocks. We've seen it tonight. Just a block here or there away from taking it ourselves on big plays. Titans have stayed focused. They have not played like a 1-4 team. we knew they weren't a 1-4 team, but they'd played some superior competition.
Mm-hmm.
They could have gave up on the season. They have not. They are back here battling.
2nd and 8 from the 48 of the Titans. Heath goes in motion. Pass complete. Heath has room to work with. Hurdling people downfield and rolls inside the 30-yard line down to the 28, and a huge first down pickup from Heath that time.
Derek Faninga absolutely.
Basically a running play.
Yeah, not often you see a defensive back wearing number 76. It is number 3 out there wearing number 76 on the roster. I believe that is.
No, I think that was how he was statting it because there was no number.
Well, Derek left. He saw 76 and he goes, "I'm going to get you if you're downfield." Great block by Faninga.
McKenzie ahead for a gain of 3.
Plenty of time. They won't use a timeout here.
Flag comes out.
Where did that flag come out?
Right by the ball. The official walking towards the white cap. Threw it.
Oh. And Stahl is pointing at the Warriors. And he's grittying again. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Warriors. Got to move that back to the 40.
You got to wonder what and why on a 2nd and 7 on a potential game-tying drive inside of 2 minutes. Where does that happen? The defense for the Warriors, no surprise tonight, Jody, have kept them in this game. Special teams and offense definitely have not. But they have to here. They're out of opportunities.
Well, 2nd and we'll call it 20. Yeah, 2nd and 22. Deuce is wild. Oh, I like the look. Ends
up between the legs on a near interception by Cole Sandlin that time.
And he comes up and leaves all alone deep, Reich and Orrell. Oh, that was Jorgensen going down that right sideline.
Phillips has had some time. He kind of pump faked a little bit there, or kind of double clutched it. He's had time. He just needs to find his best option out there and deliver a strike.
Do we have a hook and ladder in us?
Heath goes in motion. Downfield. Pass in traffic. Incomplete. Might have been tipped by
Feisner.
Yeah, Feisner. No? So it all comes down to this.
Homecoming,
from the
2025.
From the Titan 40-yard line, are there going to be some heroes tonight on the field? Fourth and forever from the 40-yard line. Might as well take a timeout here. This is your special play opportunity.
We'll take it with them. Warriors talking about it. 4th and 22. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Hi, this is Logan from Littau Seed, and we're excited to announce that we'll be able to offer true 0% financing on a limited number of units of corn and beans. You can lock in your corn and beans now and pay the same at delivery as cash now. With that, we have aggressively priced corn numbers that have a great track record in our area for grain and silage. This offer is on a limited number of units, so act soon to lock in your 0%. We still have triticale on hand and can cover any NRCS grass project. Call Logan at 605-840-4591, 840-4591.
Welcome back to the Meyer Ag Press Box. Contact Trace for all your seed and agronomy needs.
Both teams still in their timeouts. Titans first to break on this 4th and 22 call about to happen.
If you're the Titans, you just don't let them pick up the first down.
Yeah.
You can give up 18 yards and you're fine with that. You just don't want to give up the first down, and the Warriors have to get it here on 4th and 22.
That had to have been the conversation on the Warrior sideline. You can't throw it short. You can throw it short of the sticks, but you can't. You got to make sure that this is going to be long enough. It's going to be trips to the right, split left for the Warriors.
No pressure. Steps and fires. And going to be intercepted, trying to get it to Olsson. And another interception by Phillips here is going to seal the game away. Warriors with just one timeout left.
And for the second time, unless something miraculous happens, the Titans will beat the Warriors, and both of those victories have come on homecoming, which is double dasting. Wow.
Yeah, it takes the air out of the crowd for sure.
Minute 22, Warriors actually have one timeout left on the clock. And we saw us fumble right before half.
Yep, they're going to take a knee.
Are you kidding?
The Warriors will spend their final timeout to stop the clock after the kneel.
Was there a penalty? Or
I heard the PA announcer announce that. I do not see a flag out there.
I think he just kneeled, and immediately the Warriors took the timeout. So now, taking a look at the clock, Titans could kneel and take 25 and 25, 50 seconds off the clock. That would leave 32 seconds for that last play. They could take it all the way down to 7 seconds without punting the ball and turn it over to the Warriors. They're not going to do that here.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't run it one time, just on first down, just run it once and then kneel it out. But, again, wanting to minimize risk, especially after what happened to the Warriors. They wouldn't want to mimic that. Six seniors listed on this Titan team. On a roster of just 25.
They've never beaten the Warriors. This would be their first varsity victory against the Warriors for those seniors. Our seniors had never lost to the Titans. In all the games, one-score games, none of them a blowout. That's that rivalry match of the SESD. So let's see if my math is right here on the clock. Minute 22, Feisner under center. And now a flag.
Now a flag flies.
Warriors are going to be offside, I believe, yeah. It was Parker Mathis trying to create an angle from that left tackle position. Got caught crawling up into the guard in the center. Took 5 seconds off the clock. That hurts. That takes it down to 2 seconds. That would be one final heave of the ball. They'll just kneel, and from here, 25 seconds, tick off. Late clock, and the kids are right when they're pointing at it. Should have been rolling.
From the 14-yard line, 3rd and 7.
Yeah, they won't even have to snap it on 4th down. They'll take it all the way down to that 10-second mark. And that'll be it. 35 seconds. Titans will be victorious here in Winter on homecoming. Final score going to be 14-6. As the teams shake hands, we'll step away. We're going to get the final stats. We'll be back with those here in just a moment.
Hey, it's Taylor. I want to invite you to the official release party of A Showgirl. See the exclusive world premiere of the Fate of Ophelia music video, along with behind-the-scenes footage from the music video shoot, brand new lyric videos, and stories about each song from my new album, The Life of a Showgirl. Only in theaters October 3rd through 5th.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Out here, you'll learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
When it comes to vehicle maintenance, we know you have a lot of options, but it can be hard to find an honest, reliable auto repair shop. That's where we come in, Hometown Automotive, committed to providing our customers with honest, quality service at a reasonable price. We use years of training and experience to provide you with the best car care possible. Hometown does oil changes, tune-ups, and computer diagnostics. We sell tires, batteries, and Schaefer products. We install engines, trannies, starters, water pumps, brakes, and much more. Call us at 842-1722 and let our experience be your advantage.
Computers and More, located at 27786 311th Avenue, is obviously your computer sales and repair in winter. The More is so much other than you can imagine. We are your local outlet for Winter Warriors sports apparel. We do screen printing and embroidery for your purple and gold attire. Stop in and check out all our gear on hand for you to wear at the next game. Call us at 842-9057 and see how we can design your company logo on all types of clothing. And remember, thanks for keeping it local.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Shirley's Diner is located at 142 East 2nd Street in Winters, South Dakota. Come meet Martha 1 and Martha 2 and their friendly, courteous staff. Shirley's Diner is open 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Breakfast is served all day, and check out the Shirley's Diner Facebook page for all their daily lunch specials. All meals are made fresh and homemade every day. If you can't make it to the diner, they'll deliver. Just call 605-842-3903. Shirley's Diner serves customers from near and far and are a proud supporter of all school activities on Sports Ticket Live. It's easy to remember. There's nothing finer than Shirley's Diner.
Bank West is rooted in South Dakota. Committed to local success. Just like you. We're all connected. In South Dakota. For South Dakota. Convenient, connected, committed. Bank West.
Welcome back to the Meyer Ag Press Box. Contact Trace for all your seed and agronomy needs.
Welcome back to Warrior Field. The MVP Titans have come to winter and they're victorious, 14-6. They go to 2-4 on the season. They drop the Warriors to 3-4. Taking a look at the game stats. Total first downs, Warriors were dominant really until that second half. Late in the second half, it became MVP moving the ball. They had 13 first downs to the Titans, 9. 269 yards of offense to 184. Let's drill in here and really break this down.
Turnovers and not finishing drives.
Yeah, well, yeah. Warriors 44 carries, 209 yards rushing, 4 receptions, 4 of 13 for 60 yards. We threw 3 interceptions, fumbled twice, lost both. 5 turnovers. You nailed it. Penalties also hurt. 7 penalties, 60 yards. Warriors were 3 of 11 on 3rd down, 2 of 5 on 4th down conversions. Reciprocally for the Titans, taking a look at their evening as a team, 9 first downs, 34 carries, 136 yards. They were 6 of 13 also for 58 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, lost 2 fumbles. They won the turnover battle +3. Penalized 4 times for 40 yards. They were 4 of 11 on 3rd down, 0 of 1 on 4th down. And that is your game summary. Taking a look at individual leaders, Camden Anderson had a really nice night. 9 carries, 66 yards, a touchdown. Riken Oral, another nice night. 9 carries, 57 yards. Seth Heath, 8 carries, 36 yards. Zach Olsson, 9 carries, 25 yards. Quincy Phillips, a carry for no gain. Quincy was 4 of 12 for 60 yards through 3 interceptions. Zach Olsson with 2 catches for 35 yards. Seth Heath, 1 for 20. And Carter McKenzie, 1 for 5. Defensively for the Warriors, Riken Oral, the senior, and Seth Heath, the senior, each with 7 tackles here on homecoming. Also contributing 4 tackles were Jackson Day, Mason Curtis, 3 tackles for Derek Faninga. Taking a look at the Titans, offensively carrying the ball. Not much there in the first half, but big 45-yard carry. It was 12 carries, 71 yards, 45 on 1 for Kyle Sandlin and a touchdown. Tice Feisner, 18 carries for 48 yards. Riley Meyer, 3 carries, 18 yards, and Cole Sandlin, 1 for -1. Take away that 45-yard touchdown carry, and Kyle Sandlin had 26. Warriors did a nice job against the run. It was the passing game, keeping them honest. 6 of 10 was Feisner, 59 yards. Cole Sandlin, 1 of 1 for a 2-yard touchdown. That was big. Receiving-wise, Riley Meyer, 2 catches, 19 yards. Paxton Nedved, 1 catch, 19 yards. Barrett Bridge, 1 catch, 18 yards. Kyle Sandlin, 1 for none. And the catch of the day goes to Tice Feisner. 1 catch for only 2 yards, but it was a touchdown.
Worth 6 points. Yep.
Yeah. Defensively, talked about Baker all night. Tanner with 10.5 tackles for the Titans, had himself a monster game. Riley Meyer also with 6.5. Ethan Hoffman with 6. Kyle Sandlin with 7. Just nice nights. Interceptions by Tice Feisner in the first half. Ethan Hoffman to ice the game, and Riley Meyer also with 1. That is your individual summary, as that's how homecoming 2025 is going to come to a close. It is MVP with their 2nd victory over the Winter Warriors in this 9-game series. Both those victories on Warrior homecomings. Jesse Hastings gets the 30-28 victory over the Warriors years ago. And tonight, Tice Feisner and company come in and get a 14-6 victory. We talked about this one will hurt. There were certain things that we were hoping for coming into this game. Knew it was going to be a tough game. Everybody did. But now when you take a look at the PowerPoints, this really changes things.
Yep. It's bigger than just a loss on the record, for
and
sure.
This team lost to Chamberlain a week ago, 7-6. They're still on the schedule here in 2 weeks after Lakota. That will bookmark or bookend that Lakota Tech game next week. But Warriors really need to close out the season with a couple victories and try to accumulate PowerPoints.
Chamberlain looking like they're going to get they do get the win over Parker tonight, 24-16.
Big game. Other games in the 11B. Groton.
Number 1 and number 2 exercising and flexing. Elk Point Jefferson blanks out Wagner 48-0. And St. Thomas More takes care of Class A Belle Fourche 51-0. the curious game, Jody.
Lee Deadwood beating Mobridge Pollock. Are you kidding me?
Well, not yet, but it looks like they will.
Under a minute to go in the 4th. Wow.
So you'd like to watch that one and wonder what happened. Clark Willow Lake was just led duel the whole game in a close one, 20-14. The Bucks beat Miller High Moore Herald 33-0.
Sioux Valley finally pulls away from
that was close.
After a 14-14 halftime. draw. Millbank over Webster. Hot Springs flexing on Custer, 51-7. Groton area going to pick up a victory over Aberdeen Roncalli, 55-6. McCook Central Montrose pulls away from Bridgewater Emory Heath, and I thought that was going to be right down to the wire, 35-18. But like you said, EPJ number 1 and number 2, St. Thomas More. Each of those two teams flexing 51-0 and 56-0 this weekend in their matchups. Final thoughts here from Homecoming 2025 from Mr. Tiberek.
Yeah, we more or less covered it. I mean, this one definitely feels heavy. It slips back to a losing record, losing at home, losing on a homecoming game, to an opponent that, a rival, which, a lot of respect to that program, new head coach, new offensive system, and they come in and do what most of those Titan teams hadn't been able to do over the last several years. So a lot of respect to them moving forward. But yeah, like we mentioned, the seeding points gonna hurt real bad. We still have a chance to pick up a couple wins, but Lakota Tech not going to help much, and Chamberlain, who knows?
It would help. I mean, if you could get the win against Chamberlain, you would never say this in past years, but that would be a huge victory for the winner team.
It feels funny saying it, but it's the truth.
Chamberlain will come in favored.
But you know what? It's just a game, and it's a regular season game, and still at this point, just got to move forward. You can't let this bog you down.
Well, that's how we're going to wrap things up from the BC, the Bob Conant press box here tonight, high above the hill, Homecoming 2025. For Gerald Tibrick, this is Jody Bro and all the crew, Dutter.
One final congratulations again
Levi,
to Princess
Grace.
Olivia Sweetland.
Yes.
And Warrior Roper Moore.
Y'all have a wonderful rest of your homecoming weekend. Be safe. Have fun. Good night.